XM202.
Of the morning, while the city sleeps, an uncommon band of heroes unites to fight the forces of evil.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
Oh, my sweet Jesus.
With Op.
I want to be known as notorious. No.
Ack.
Everyone is always in my way.
Oh, you really are deluded.
And B-Cup.
Kind of fat-breasted and awful.
And surrounded by dullards.
Ben looks like poorly spliced film.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Whenever Steve yawns, it looks like the back of the Batmobile and it accelerates.
Pocketosis.
Eric, you're not going to cry.
Shut up.
And armed with superhuman powers.
He pulls his pants down and just starts leaking into someone's garbage can. That's rule one.
How about if he gives you the old chin tap with his helmet?
That's all right with me.
They are living among us. Average citizens, average heroes, quietly and anonymously continuing to make the world a better place.
Controversial talkers Opie and Anthony.
We are just dicks. You better just sit back and watch.
Yeah. Wait, what?
The Opie and Anthony Show.
Oh.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
I'm scared of you, sir, and I'm protecting myself.
Oh, did you see that jerk? Stop! Don't go ahead! Stop! Shoot! I got nowhere else to go! I got nowhere else to go!
you're a phony. Hey, this guy's a great big phony. Hey, you're a great big phony, you know that? That's right. You're a big fat phony.
Who taught you how to do this stuff?
You, all right? I learned it by watching you.
Ring, 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 banana phone. Ring, 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 banana phone.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Oh my God! Are you kidding me? Let me take a look. Yeah. Hey, what's going on, man? It's Opie, it's Anthony, it's Jim Norton. The only virus spreading across America.
I gotta see the rest.
Thanks to XM Satellite Radio. Oh. We can get right into this. Might as well.
One of us already did. Jesus.
Yeah, where do we begin, man? God, I called up Jim Norton last night. I'm like, hey, Jim, man, I'm bored. You want to get a bite to eat? He's like, dude, I'd love to, but I'm banging this chick. Or you just finished or
I just
something.
finished and we were at Starbucks.
Yeah, and you were at Starbucks?
Yeah, having a cup of Joe. Why not? Can't say her name, though, but...
Oh, really? Okay. Well, it was an email. It started with an email that was sent to all of us, I guess.
Yeah.
I read this email. Jim read this email. If Anthony's mailbox wasn't full, he would have read this email.
Why do I care?
And others got this damn thing. I'll read it, okay? Hi, guys. Blank here. I've been a long-time listener and really love your show. I'm in a not-so-common situation, and many have told me that I would make a great guest on your show. Well, here it goes. I'm an attractive 40-year-old married bi female who has a very understanding hubby who lets me play with others. I've been a shared wife for most of my 21 years married. I did take a few years off to raise my son. Oh, what a nice mom.
What a gal.
He has no interest in betting other women. His sole attention is me. I, on the other hand, love to play. I have had over 50 men, women, and couples, all of which hubby is aware of and most of whom he has met. I am loyal to only him. With others, it's just sex. There is no cuddling, etc., etc.
Well, thank goodness. that pretty much makes the marriage okay then.
No kissing?
Yeah, we kissed, but we didn't cuddle afterwards. If I was at her place, she would have kicked me out.
Really?
She's fantastic.
You're like a whore.
Dude, she rolled over. She was just so finished with me after.
Wow.
She's great.
Wow. Yeah, and she writes an email. Do me and get out. We have a great marriage, and our sex life is fantastic. I don't want to bore you with a long, drawn-out email. I do have tons of stories to tell. If you think this might make for some interesting on-air talk, please get back to me. I live about 65 miles north of New York City, so getting to you is not a problem. I'm not shy and have very few limits. Pain and potty games are out. Sorry, Jim. I have no qualms about getting naked. I would also love to perform for you on the lesbian couch, if it's still around. It is, by the way. I'm going to attach a picture or two for your inspection. Hubby is far from a professional photographer, and everyone I've met say my pictures do not do me justice, so please keep that in mind. Thanks for your time. Hope to hear from you. Signed, blah, blah, blah. Wow. So, yeah, I got the email. I gave it to Ben and Steve, and I'm like, well, yeah, I guess we could do something with this girl, you know. And little did I know at the time that she also emailed Jim, and Jim aggressively pursued this right off the bat.
Well, of course.
Let me see these pictures again.
Well, I get so many crackpot emails like you guys do. I didn't really believe it. I'm like, come on. So I emailed it back just like she's hot. So I'm like, all right, let me email it back. And she emailed me back, and we started chatting. And usually it's like guys do it all the time. They'll email you their IM. They go, hey, I'm a chick, and they'll send you pictures off some website.
Yeah.
So with her, I'm like, we talked online for a few minutes, and we talked on the phone. And she's like, she was going to come down, I think, that day. She's like, I'll come down to the city on the train. I'm like, oh, very nice. But I couldn't because I think I had some gigs or something. So we made plans for Sunday.
You're hysterical, man.
And lo and behold, if she didn't show up.
Yeah.
I had to, I slept all day, so I got up at like 3, and I got a message from her saying I'm going to leave at 2:30. So I'm like, we missed each other because I didn't talk to her. So I'm talking to her online, and she's like, well, I can come now. I'm like, but I have shows at 9 o'clock. She's like, so what? You can just see I'm a real person. We'll hang for a little while. She was almost telling me, like, look, dumbbell, I don't need to hang out and talk to you.
Hey, ass.
Is she attractive?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I can't really tell in these pictures because she looks older.
Yeah, she's 40 or 41. She has an adult son. I mean, she's been with the same guy for a long time. Oh, she's sexy.
Breast implants.
Yep.
Jim fucked your mom.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I said she's a MILF, and Steve said, no, she's an MIDF. I'm like, yeah. Mom, I did.
Oh.
A midf.
Right.
It was a little funnier when Steve said it. Probably not, actually. I was just so happy. I'm in such a good mood today that everything just kind of makes me smile.
Well, yeah.
I could be handed a mealy apple, and I'd go, I like them soft.
I'm looking at these pictures. She's on her knees looking up at the camera with her breast implants and her big eyes. In the background, I noticed there's like a wood heart.
I didn't even notice that.
I wonder if this was taken on Valentine's Day.
Oh, probably.
Maybe, right?
Some kind of wooden like heart thing in the background of that picture. And then she's topless with a little Catholic schoolgirl type skirt on a pool table,
right?
With her panties around her ankles, and she's got like spiked shoes on and all that, and looking pretty good there. And then is this her hubby?
I don't know. I don't think that's her husband.
Her husband takes the pictures, right?
Right. I think that was. I don't believe that was her husband, the one holding her head there, and about adenoids deep with his mule. Yeah, I think that's.
So this is one of the dudes she does, and the husband's taking the pictures?
The husband snaps a few off, and then there's another chick under her there, huh?
You should see the gangbang footage she has.
That's a different chick. Yeah,
I thought she was just very
nimble.
Yeah.
No, that's another girl that she's apparently.
Okay. So there's kind of like a 69 thing almost happening, but
right.
Instead of reciprocating the other woman, she's doing the guy there.
Knob.
Wow.
She has some great. She told me she has like a thing on adult friend finders, which I always think those profiles are garbage.
Yeah.
But she said she's gotten like 90,000 views on this thing. It's all guys on these profiles, and occasionally I guess she's for real
chick.
And really nice.
Wow. So how was it?
Yeah. So what happened? She comes. She shows up.
Well, she had sent me a couple of video clips. She has gangbang. Her husband bought her like a 4 black guy gangbang for her birthday.
Really?
It's the greatest thing ever.
Wait, the guy bought her 4 black guys to bang her?
For her birthday.
So what possesses a husband to do this?
I don't get it either, but apparently there are a lot of guys. And I've met a few couples like this.
Like, what's the problem? What's the mental problem? Because there is one. What would drive a guy to want to, some are mother issues, some are, child abuse issues. What's the issue that would drive a man to love a woman and then invite 4 Negroes over to have sex with her?
And where do you find the 4 Negroes?
They actually had some kind of site. I don't know either because I'm
Chappelle Show? Is that the site?
Yeah, I thought I recognized Charlie Murphy. I saw The Ring holding a big cock. I'm like, I've seen that before. Oh yeah, I shook hands with it. I don't know. It's like, but again, I'm such a weirdo in bed too, so it's like there's something there to it. But it's common enough with couples that there's something there. I think it's a submission in the guy's part.
There is absolutely some kind of submission thing there. Something.
She's very sexy in bed, man. She comes over. We're sitting there. She's wearing like this, because it's cold out. She's wearing the high boots and like a long past the knees skirt, form fitting. She's a great body.
Yeah.
And we're talking on the couch. We just start making out like 5 minutes into it.
Quick.
Yeah. Well, she's an adult. She's not 20. I didn't need the whole let's go get coffee.
Over at your place?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
She didn't even want to see the rest of the place. She could care less. No. Yeah, I think she wanted to make sure I wasn't a psycho, and her husband actually talked to her while I was there. She's like, look, I'll get naked, but I have to wait for the phone call. She's like, I have to talk to him first, let him know I'm all right.
There's a system?
Well, apparently.
This is so weird, man.
Apparently what will happen is he'll call, and just to make sure she's okay, she's like, just in case you're odd or whatever, there's like an out. She's like, if she didn't like me or if I was a jerk, she could have, he'd call and she pretended it's an emergency and then she leaves. That's like the out.
Gotcha.
And I'm sure he has the address and all the information, phone number, whatever else. So he called, and I hear him. He's on speakerphone. He's like, "You all right?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And then they said, "I love you," and she hung up the phone.
Oh, Jesus! And then you...
Did he sound like kind of jealous?
No.
In his tone?
No. Because she told me, I asked her afterwards, if he asked you that, like, I don't want to do this anymore, I'm not comfortable with this, she said she'd stop without she's like, I'd stop immediately. It's just something they're both into, and she's pretty no bullshit, so I believe her.
How could he be into, like you can almost understand in that sick way the guy sitting there watching if you have these like mental issues that you have to see that. But what's in it for him if she's away, miles away, banging a comic?
Well, I would say a Joe Craftsman, if you want to put it that way. That's probably how they worded it to each other. I think that he would go back, or she would go back, and describe to him in detail what happened. Because I knew another woman that would kind of do that. She was into coming over, and she would just kind of perform oral sex, and she said her husband loved to hear about it when she would go home. She would just talk about everything she did.
Yeah.
And I can understand that in the context of I wouldn't want a girl I was dating or married to having sex with somebody else, but just being talked to. Like, for instance, when this woman and I were kissing and fooling around, and then she starts going down on me.
And this was minutes after she hung up with the husband.
Oh, yeah, dude.
It's amazing.
I love you. As her finger was hitting the end button, my mouth was on her neck, and I was feeling her fine breasts and large nipples. I'm very happy with myself, I might add. And she takes off her clothes, and she's like, just take it out. Oh, of course I did.
Wow, really? Right to the point.
Absolutely no bullshit with her. And she starts going down on me, and it's fantastic. And we start kissing again. We go into my room, and I have to go down on her. And it's just, it's like that kind of noise just from touching it. You know the type of girl who gets so wet, it sounds like rubber shoes and mud when you touch it.
So she was really turned on by
dude, for real. It's like it was fantastic.
Yeah.
So I was performing oral treats on her. And then we're kissing a little bit, and we start having sex, and she turns me over and just climbs on top.
Wow.
Oh, was it good. Oh. And the whole time we're kissing, and she's telling me that she's going to strap one on and hit me with it.
Whoa.
And she's like, she says to me, like, you ever had someone strap one on? And I was honest with her. I'm like, no. But I don't know why it turned me on when she was telling me this. It was just so, she's like,
so filthy.
She's kind of holding I'm on my back, and she's kind of holding my arms a little bit and telling me how she's going to come over and she's going to strap one on. And I've had that opportunity.
What a sicko.
Oh, that's a good egg now. Sicko.
What a sicko.
Well, you know. Who's sicker, her or me for just coming like a busted sprinkler head, as they say? You mean, if I resist, you won't let me up? No. And I've had girls offer to do that, and I've never allowed anyone to do that. Because it's just not my thing. That's the stimulation just doesn't do it for me.
Sure.
But it was just her telling me that, and then we're kissing, and she looked at me in the eye, and she meant it. And it was just driving me crazy.
Wow.
So that was my day yesterday.
And then what happened? Gee. Like, she was gone? Oh, no, you went to Starbucks.
Yeah, we hung out for a little while. She would have hopped on that was like 7:15 at night. She would have jumped on a train at 7:50, but she was really cool. I wanted to hang with her and get the story, really, and find out what had gone on. And she was open about it, and she's like, told me how they met. She's like, he's the first guy, her husband's the first guy she ever slept with. They met when she was 14, he was 17. They were in high school together. Jeez. High school sweethearts. They got married. She told me the whole progression of it, and it was just the way it went for them.
What was the first one?
I think they were married for a little while before it even came up, and they would kind of talk about it in bed, which I've had sex with girlfriends before where I've had them fantasize about having sex with other guys. Could I actually watch it? No. But to see them, like, used as a sexual object by somebody would be kind of sexy in fantasy. But as far as watching it, I couldn't do it. I'm too jealous.
Jeez.
I would never be able to do that. There
is just some twisted thing in the mind that...
Yeah, it
for
is.
a guy to do that, it's just, wow.
I couldn't watch it, though. I could never... I had a threesome one time with a girlfriend, and just watching her with another girl, kind of like... I was cool with it, but, it was still, like, a little weird that somebody else... So I know I couldn't go with this. I'd be too freaked out.
Turn it off.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Turn it off.
Really?
Because, Florentine's lifestyle. He lives like Tiberius Caesar, the type of threesomes he has. Just the hottest chicks alive. And one time,
full of lard.
It's really, infant suckling. Tiberius would actually do that. He was a real creep. And Jim one time told me that he hooked up with this couple, and the wife, because the husband just watched apparently,
Yeah.
and Jim was working the wife, and I've watched Jim have sex, and if there's one guy you don't want banging your girlfriend, it's Florentine. What a professional he is. It was just, we were in North Carolina one time years ago, and I hook up with a girl, and me and Jim kind of like play good cop, bad cop, and because there was a fat girl trying to cock block both of us, and we both kind of block out the fatty and help each other. So I got one girl in my bed, he's got one in his bed, and I think the fat girl just kind of stayed downstairs at the restaurant. And I'm with the one, I can't get a rod. I'm so self-conscious about my fat gut. I have my clothes on, and he's banging this other one in the bed. It was a work of art. She's on her stomach, and he's just, and he's just grumbling on his arms. What a professional. And I'm sitting there, my dick is like, it's like a straight pig's tail. It's just thin and horrible and not working. I went down on her for about 3 hours. I was just completely dysfunctional. I just would never allow him to bang my girl. But so that's the risk you take in doing that.
That is funny, man.
That's great.
So, and does she do, how many times does she do this a week?
Not as often. She said that she's had about a little over 50 guys in her life. She said she has a lot of sex, but she does it with the same people consistently. And I actually watched clips of the guys, like the Black Gangbang, and they all had bags on. So she said she's just like disease paranoid, and she pretty much keeps it with consistent partners. Like they have this little circle of people or whatever, like all other married people. And she's really open about it, and she's got pictures up and some streaming video. Oof.
Jeez. Well, we're gonna have to get her on the air now.
Oh yeah, she's
willing to come on.
Dude, she's a fantastic. She's for real. Yeah, she wants to come on. I didn't know if I could like. I'm like, can we post some of the pictures on Foundry? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, you sure? And she's like, yeah, cool.
Wow.
She's totally okay with it.
All right, we'll get some photos up on FoundryMusic.com and OpieandAnthony.com. You have her number? We should talk to her today, a little later or something. Get her side of this.
I can check the email. I may have it in the email. I don't know. If I don't, I'll have to give it to you tomorrow because it's on my home palm, but I didn't transfer it to my stupid cell phone yet.
So there you go. I just wanted dinner last night, and Jimmy was all excited. Dude, you're not going to believe this. I'm so freaking happy. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, it was a... Can I have some water, mister?
Wow.
It was a good end to a fine weekend.
More of your sexual adventures.
Yeah. Very normal one, too.
Yeah, well, for you.
Yeah. So I just laid there like a lump. She was great. I was mediocre to awful. Just laying there like a stiff diving board while she did all the work. Kissed me and talked, and my toes are pointed straight out, and I'm playing with my own nipples just listening. You mean you wouldn't let me up? No. She originally had my hands pinned, but of course then I had to tease the old nips.
Of course.
I think I have audio of you screwing last night.
Wow, had a hidden mic.
Hidden mic in Jim's apartment.
Wow.
I have no idea what that's from. Steve just handed it in today.
Jiminy Cricket.
All it says is loud screwing audio.
I bet it didn't sound like that, did it?
No, because that would imply that the man did some work. I was just laying there. It kind of sounded like, because she was so physically excited, it sounded like, it was like, you know what a paint roller sounds like? When you rub it like...
Yeah,
that sound. It was
makes
really,
that sound.
I was so turned on that I could actually hear it. When you could actually hear it, that's how you know the other
roller.
person. Yeah.
That's funny. Let's go to Cap in Carolina. Cap, what's up?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
Cap.
You know, Opie, I found it interesting that you thought this was kind of all girls just snorting here. But, you know, if it was a 17-year-old girl banging a black drug dealer and her dad called like in the middle of it, you think it's hot.
Well, you're correct about that, sir, but I didn't say this was gross.
You sounded kind of weird now. You're like, this whole system's a little bit messed up.
No, I'm intrigued by the whole thing. I'll tell you what I think is messed up is that the guy is at home just allowing this. I couldn't imagine doing that.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine just sending my chick off to bang guys and then have her come back to me and describe the whole thing to me, and that's going to turn me on or whatever. No way.
I couldn't do that either.
But I think it's hot that she's into that, without a doubt. I think it's really hot that she's got this open relationship and, she's going out there banging other guys. But to be the actual guy she's coming home to, forget that, man.
Well, I agree with you there.
All right.
I'm punching out, Negro.
All right, man.
Man. A little odd.
Yeah, I couldn't do it, I don't think.
But that's our Jimmy.
Yeah.
I thought I had a cute little story to start the show today, but Jimmy trumped me.
Oh.
What was your story? I'm sure your story's cute and nice.
Is it similar?
Well, I got action, too.
Oh.
I called Anthony. I had him laughing so freaking hard.
Oh.
Well,
Action.
I told you that on Friday that, I finally had to go to the doctor for this.
Jimmy just starts laughing immediately.
That is exactly the same thing, by the way. You go there and then you call and tell your partner exactly what happened.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly. Well, Anthony, I got a story for you. You ready?
I love you.
Are you ready, Ant? This is one's going to turn you on.
Yeah.
This is going to help our relationship. I've been talking about it off and on about the constipation, so I went to the doctor.
Ugh.
My doctor that I've been, with for like 6 or 7 years.
Yeah, my doctor, Vinny Boombot.
Because, it was getting so bad. I was getting really bad headaches from time to time. And
all those toxins backing up.
And then I was getting like a slight heartburn.
Yeah.
Type of thing. And that's what made me really nervous. So I went to the doctor. He hooked me up to an EKG immediately. I'm like, dude, just, make sure the EKG's cool, which it was.
You're just backing up.
Yeah, backing up bad. I'm going in for a full physical in 2 weeks, but all the symptoms were, yeah, you're just really constipated, because he's asking me. I'm like, dude, sometimes I go 2-3 days without even going. And he's like, that's what's going on, man. And then he felt around my abdomen and stuff. I was like, wow, man, you got a lot in there.
Big Adobe factory.
Oh, yeah. So I was very relieved that we were able to figure it out. Very relieved. He's like, yeah, the headaches are from the toxins building up, most likely. But he did a couple of little tests just to make sure on that. And then he checked the EKG for the heart. He's like, yeah, your heart looks really good. And then, he's feeling around the abdomen. He's like, yeah, you're right. You diagnosed yourself perfectly. I'm like, I'm all relieved, right? And then he's like, you need to start taking some Metamucil or whatever.
Metamucil.
And then something called a softener.
Oh, God.
It's called a softener.
Softener.
He doesn't believe in laxatives, but he believes in these softeners.
Softener.
Because he was asking me, what kind of when I do go, how bad it is. I'm like, dude, it's like concrete. It's thin.
Oh.
It's just awful, He goes, oh, you need softeners. Here's the 3 I recommend, right?
You don't want Haagen-Dazs in the freezer for a week. You want Carvel soft serve.
Right. So then I get up off his little, table / whatever you call that, the examining freaking thing.
Yeah.
And I'm all relieved, and I'm pretty much getting ready to head out the door. And he goes, but I just want to make sure.
Oh, no. Oh.
I thought I was,
home free.
I thought I was home free, man. I'm like, what do you mean?
Like the hostage. You go home today.
What do you mean?
Dress you up, take you out to the car, and then go, not today.
I go, what do you mean you want to make sure? And that's when I wish I had some dramatic music. I forgot to tell Eric to load that today. Do you have the any psycho music or anything like that?
Might have something.
Might have something good? All right. You all loaded it?
I don't know if this will work, and that's when...
Yeah, that'll work. So I'm heading toward the door. He goes, well, I just want to make sure, I'm like, what does that mean? And I turn because I'm sort of out the door.
Yeah.
Like I'm reaching for the handle, and I turn. And that's when I see, with his back turned to me, putting on the glove.
Not the glove. And then it's going through your head, what other things could he use the glove for? Can't be just that.
And then he knows it's awkward. He knows who I am, which I think makes it a little stranger for him,
Opie?
Right. By the way, when I went into the doctor's office, I got to back up just a little bit. One of the ladies that works there, she's about, in her early 30s, I guess. She works at the office. She can't believe I'm there. She's freaking out. Oh, my God.
Fan of the show.
I listen to you and Anthony every morning. And I'm like, so you were listening this morning? She goes, yes. And I'm like, so I'm here because I can't crap. She's like, yes. And I'm like, oh, this is just great, So then he's reaching for the glove, and he can't even look at me. He's like,
course not.
He's like,
He knows what he's got to do.
All right, just drop your pants. I'm like, Doc, no way. I go, you know I'm going to have to talk about this on the air. He goes, you better not. I'm like, I have to. You kidding me? So he's like, drop your jeans and your
Drop 'em.
your undies. And then he goes, all right, lean forward.
No.
Dude, I can't even look him in the eye. I'm like, lean forward.
I understand because I can't even look you in the eye when you're saying this.
He goes, lean forward, lean on your elbows, and take a deep breath.
Here it comes. Oh, no. Yeah. Oh, God damn, that's bad.
Thank you, you asses.
So please continue with this testimony from the Kobe trial.
So then
when last we left you, you were bent over, taking a deep breath.
And so I lean over on my elbows and I guess I'm in the position. I guess I'm in the ideal position. And it was pretty much like Chevy Chase and Fletch. You know, it was time to sing Moon River.
This is a giant cock.
He goes, all right, take a deep breath. I took a deep breath. He goes, exhale, and then, oof, and then it happened.
Oh.
Then it happened. And then he has to do, I'm sure, the old doctor joke when he was done. He goes, I hope I didn't change your lifestyle. And I'm like, oh, God. And then, you know, he goes, all clear. I'm like, oh, gee, thanks.
All clear.
And then I pull up my jeans.
All queer.
And all of a sudden now
Clear.
he has his back turned to me again, and he's washing off in the sink and taking off the glove. And I felt like such an idiot.
Could you just stand there by yourself? Now you got to lean over and clean the load off your shoe by yourself?
I was worried about all that crap. I didn't feel any of that because I've heard rumors about that shit, right?
Oh, prostate?
Yeah, you get the prostate tickle a little, and you're dumping.
Oh God!
Not dumping. You're dumping a load. But I was relieved that none of that was going on. I'm like, all right, whew.
That would be perfect.
I got audio of the moment.
Oh.
That's actually audio of the doctor.
So of course, as soon as I leave the damn place, I gotta call my pal. I'm like, Anthony, yeah, I'm not a virgin anymore.
Oh, you took it.
Anthony starts laughing his ass off.
Did it hurt? Was there pain?
It was just really, I can't really describe it. It was kind of just uncomfortable.
I would assume it would be uncomfortable.
It didn't hurt.
There wasn't any real pain or anything?
No, it's just a very uncomfortable thing.
Oh, it certainly sounds like it would be. Oh, God.
It gives you the feeling that you need to dump.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So, there you have it.
Wow.
Figured I'd share today.
Whew. That's rough.
Huh?
That's rough.
You should have shot a log right in his hand. That'd teach him.
Mess up that glove of his.
Let's go to Bob on Long Island. Bob, what's up?
Oh, being in the medical field, we talk about that after you leave the office. Yeah. Everybody talks about you. Everybody smiles at you, thinks, hey, all right, it goes to to him. Everybody's talking about you. Tell him. Calling you faggot. You're a
All right, who was screwing with the phones?
Thanks, Bob.
Who was screwing with the phones?
Get Mars in here immediately.
Get him in here
It's these
immediately.
two right here, but I'm not going to touch them.
And
who was messing with
who
our
was
phone
messing with
system
it?
again? Mars! Immediately.
Bring him in.
Wasn't there a pre-show test run? Yeah, and they were fine. Okay.
Someone is messing with our studio when we're not here. It's these two buttons over here, right?
Buttons?
Or these two knobs? Someone screwed with our phones, Mars. It's these buttons right here, right?
Yes,
the knobs?
Yes, sir.
One to the left, one to the right, or no?
Yeah. They're right, though. They were in the right position.
They were in the right position. You just made
Take
a slight
another phone
adjustment.
call and see what happens.
Oh, God. Let's go to Lance on Long Island. Lance, what's up?
Yo,
Hey.
every day I'm driving to work from Long Island, and there goes Opie. Start talking about taking a crap, and now I gotta go. I'm by the Cross Island Parkway, about a half hour from work. Now I gotta go. Every morning.
Well, I think I think this is the end of that little soap opera. This whole show is little soap operas that come and go, and I think finally that'll be the end of that.
That storyline.
All right, that storyline is
That's
done.
what I was thinking.
All
Thanks
right.
for calling, Lance.
Thanks, Lance.
Hey, later.
All right.
Lance. So it worked out for you? The softener?
Yeah, Saturday I took easily 6 massive,
Oh, God.
massive, where you just are amazed that was in you. Just absolutely amazed. Like, there's no way all this was in me.
Toilet looks like Fallujah.
Your Colin's going to wind up in the Muter Museum in Philly.
All right, why don't we take a quick break, and we'll continue with the Opie and Anthony program.
There is nothing quite like a Cuban cigar. Right, Ramon? The rich texture, the full flavor, so relaxing. Oh, fiddlesticks. No ashtray. Ramon, open your mouth.
Opie and Anthony, XM202. Oh, wow. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Open up your hate and then never put the mate. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. You must not get up, come on, get down with the sickness. You fucker, get up, come on, get down with the sickness. And this is the gift that has been given to me.
And we're back with the Opie and Anthony program. Snowing here in New York City.
A snowy morning.
But it doesn't matter because everyone has off except for us today.
Oh, yeah, what is it, President's Day?
Yeah, the streets are dead. In honor of President's Day, we got President Bush talking about marijuana. One of the big stories today.
Smoked some pot. We all knew that, though. Guy was a total partier in college.
Somebody taped one of his phone calls before he was president, I guess.
What a great guy. What a great pal to have. Tapes your conversations and then tells everybody what you said. Releases them.
Releases it to the media and says something like, "Well, I had to release this because it's part of history because he's a president." Yeah. Now this guy wanted a little attention, huh?
Of course.
Before we get to that, because they're going to bring that audio in a few minutes, we played another Ramon promo going into break.
Ramon.
The whole Steve Ramon thing, which is a little creepy.
Yeah.
You want to explain it really fast because Steve's not here.
He just made these.
He's here, but he's somewhere else.
These promos for the show featuring this rich, eccentric voiceover guy and his houseboy Ramon. I don't know where he thinks this stuff up, but he did, and it's turning into a little series.
Yeah, well,
he made a few of these, and Ramon is the manservant of this voiceover guy. And
in the latest episode, Ramon has to open up his mouth because this voice guy has to
flick his cigar
ash somewhere. So he decides he needs to flick it in Ramon's mouth.
Yeah.
This is from Steve, who works for us, Martini Steve. There's something going on in his head. So anyway, there's 3 or 4 of those promos that he's made. Now the listeners have started making Ramon promos.
Yeah.
So we got Cigars and Scotch. This is the Stephen Ramon Sweeper by Cigars and Scotch.
Right.
Nothing beats sitting back and enjoying a few martinis. Ramon, get me a new liver.
Great production values.
You know, it's average at best, but I think this is going to start something with the listeners. I think
kinda like that.
I think they're going to start sending in their Ramon promos.
Just as Steve has this whole, like, homoerotic degradation. Like, the first thing, he diuretically evacuates into his shoes, and Ramon has to clean it. And now he needs Ramon's mouth as an ashtray. He's like a weird type of, like, a master, like a dominatrix almost.
Yeah, because, again, there was a problem, and Ramon had to use his sleeve to clean up the crap.
Yes.
Yeah. There's always something going on, but I like this. The guy's implying that Martini Steve is hammered.
Yeah, well,
drinking a little too many martinis, screwing up his liver.
We look forward to more sweepers from the listeners.
Great job.
The Ramon saga continues.
That'll annoy Steve quick.
Oh, of course it will.
I don't know why they have to send these in. Perfect diction. I know I'm cozy. Mark Ramon. That'll somehow make Ramon a guy who did coke with Bledsoe when he was in Boston. Parcells fired. Ramon. Come on. Enough.
I also got an email from these guys over the weekend. They were very excited because they thought they were the only ones that got Paris Hilton's
oh, I know.
friend's cell phone.
Everyone got that.
Yeah, that story is in all the major papers, but I think it was Eric Starr, like, all excited that he had Paris Hilton's cell phone.
Would have been nice if it, the story broke when we were on the air, Then we could have called some of these things and maybe gotten them on the phone, but by the time you get to 2 days later, all these guys have turned off their phones, had them changed. They're all pissed off. But, I had Lindsay Lohan and who else?
Eminem.
Eminem.
I left him a message, actually. I think he's going to call me back.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I'm like, I'm not like these other fans, man. I just want to tell you what you mean to me.
So sort through the 8,000 other messages you have. Ashley Simpson.
Avril Lavigne.
Which Olsen twin?
I don't even know.
Ashley
Matt Sorum
Olsen.
worked. We called Matt Sorum this morning. That one worked.
Did you? Who's Matt Sorum?
Vin Diesel.
Who's Matt Sorum?
Who is he?
Yeah, who is he again?
Drummer.
Oh, drummer from Guns N'
Velvet
Roses.
Revolver, yeah.
And Velvet Revolver, right.
Well,
he's hoping he's getting phone calls.
Well, see, he's one of the ones, though, and then there's all these, like, nightclub people from New York and all these, like, socialites. Nobody knows who they are, but theirs all still worked. I called all those.
Christina Aguilera.
Her doctor.
So how did this get out?
I don't know. Eric would know.
Eric, how did the Paris Hilton thing get out?
I woke up this yesterday morning and somebody said, somebody hacked into her that Sidekick that she does the commercials for.
They didn't actually hack into the Sidekick. They hack into what you do is you hot link with your computer, and you could put in numbers and everything over your computer. But what you're doing is you're uploading everything from your Sidekick onto a private website on T-Mobile's server.
Okay.
So all that information goes onto a server. So then, let's say you get your Sidekick wiped out. It doesn't work anymore. You can just plug it into the computer, and you don't have to re-enter everything. All your info's there.
Oh, okay. Can I be really
Same
stupid?
thing.
What's a Sidekick?
It's like a BlackBerry or something like that. So those things you see you've seen the commercials before, where she's punching in and Snoop Dogg is asking how much conditioner I should do, or
fabric softener.
I should use.
Well, it's either that or it's a black woman who laughs at everything you say.
Someone hacked into my Sidekick. Very funny, Jimmy. They hacked into that website, which has all that information on it, and got some pictures of her. A couple of naked pictures.
Her kissing some girl in a bathroom in a hotel.
Her naked kissing some chick in a hotel bathroom. That was kind of hot.
Picture
and then
with
a bunch
her
of
with
these
Burt Reynolds was pretty funny too.
Yeah. Picture her with Burt Reynolds. Just dopey stuff. You know.
Do we have those pictures up on FoundryMusic.com yet?
Steve has them. See if we put them up.
We definitely should.
Eric was so conspiratorial in his email too. He's like, he gave me the links, and he's like, not like capital N-O-T, not for like not published.
Yeah,
like these were a secret.
Yeah, like we were gonna put up on websites, and like it would matter. Like there's 8 billion sites with these things on it now.
2 people have it, Eric and Drudge.
That's why I was laughing. I'm like, if Eric has it, that means it's all over the world at this point.
It's on Drudge.
Yeah, I mean we have no real good inside, No.
It was like I said, if the story broke when we were on the air, we probably would have gotten through to a couple of these people, but. A couple of hours goes by, everyone... Yeah, you know how many phone calls these people probably got? The Christina Aguilera number, who isn't calling that one? And then now what do you get? if you call.
Most of them have. We called early Sunday morning, and most of them were already disconnected. But we got through to Lindsay Lohan's voicemail.
Yeah.
And somebody hacked her voicemail and said Lindsay Lohan is now owned, and then he's just laughing, and then the thing ends. We got through to Vin Diesel. You hear his voice. But then when it goes to the mailbox, it just says the mailbox full with like 6,000 something messages in it.
What could you possibly leave him a message? He's probably got 5,000 messages going, Jeep, you stink. Boop, you're awful. Boop, you suck.
Yeah. But how do they hack? So it's up at this website.
Yeah, and like any other website, you can get into
and
it.
then someone's just fooling around and then figured it out?
Yep.
All right.
Hacked it, but now the FBI's involved, and apparently they got a line on who this is, and
the SEC's involved, and
why would the Securities and Exchange Commission be involved in that? I think they're busy with something else.
Yeah, with that liar.
I got to say, though, when it comes to stuff like that, and this is how dumb I am, when you guys, came back from, I knew you guys were going to D.C. to talk to XM, and I knew it looked really good, and like a jackass, I didn't go out and get stock. I own no stock in anything.
No.
Why didn't I? How stupid am I?
Well, they might have nailed you on insider trading. Like the stock really went up when we.
But you know what I'm saying? You should be allowed to do that.
Someone should look at XM stock. It went up nice when we signed.
A bump
because there was a bunch of things going on at the same time, and it looked like we were heroes back then.
The problem isn't so much buying the stock with some insider info. Probably won't get you in trouble if you bought it and held it. You just hold on to it. It's these people that have the inside info. They buy it. And then right after it shoots up, they off it. You know, they sell it, pocket a bunch of cash, and then the SEC looks into that. It's like, wait a minute. Who do you know? How did this guy know to buy this many shares and sell it right after it went up? So, Chauncey Hayden, douchebag extraordinaire, and I love how they say self-proclaimed celebrity journalist.
Right.
Self-proclaimed. The guy writes for a rag magazine,
and he's a fraud. We did 2 interviews with the guy, and he redid our answers and redid questions at times.
Gets stuff wrong. Badmouths Howard to us while he's sitting with us doing an interview. Runs back to his butt buddy Howard and badmouths us to him. He's just a snake. He's not the least bit sincere. He probably doesn't have a single friend in the world because he's such a phony load of shit. And the SEC now is investigating him because they want to know if he had any inside information on Howard going to Sirius and maybe acted on it. Maybe told some of his buddies.
Like maybe heard something in the office.
They made money. Yeah. Well, he says he went to Sirius and asked whoever was interviewing him for a job. He went there for a job. Said whoever was interviewing him for a job, he asked him, is Opie and Anthony coming to Sirius? And whoever was interviewing him said, no, we're holding out for Howard.
This is what Chauncey said. Once again, lying. This guy, all he does is lie. He's a fraud.
Yeah. So he took, he had that information, he says, with him. And what he did with it is what the SEC is going to look into.
And the reality with us, Sirius made us an interesting offer. I'm not going to say a great offer. And we could have easily went there. They weren't waiting for Howard at this point. We could have went there, and what happened was XM came along and just literally just blew us out of the water with their offer.
Yep.
And then Sirius was trying to play catch-up, and they never got to the level that XM was willing to go for us.
No.
That's what happened. They weren't waiting for Howard. But once again, this Chauncey Hayden's going to, lie and adjust the information so it makes him look good.
Yeah. So we have to see, and, I would assume they're going to question a couple other people. And usually the SEC doesn't jump in if it's just what the information is that we've read in the paper. There's got to be something else. Somebody that perhaps Chauncey knows bought some stock very low, offed it right after Howard announced he was going to sign, and the stock went up. So, there's something going on there. Chauncey insists he didn't buy any stock. He doesn't own any stock except in some 401k plan. But that doesn't matter. If you then get info and tell your buddy and he buys the stock, it's still, you're still guilty of insider trading.
Well, I heard they have a recording, actually, of Chauncey yelling at somebody and grabbing him and saying, I taught you the value of insider information and how to get it. and then punching him in Central Park. It's probably all
Wow.
that.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. Yeah, so this is going to, I guess the newspapers had the headline, Stock Shock. Stock Shock Shock. It's some ridiculous headline like that.
But it's just amazing that Chauncey Hayden continues to lie and people aren't onto him yet.
Self-proclaimed celebrity journalist. Like, they're not even considering him a celebrity journalist. It's like, well, he calls himself this. He's been in, this, whatever it is, business for years and years and years and has advanced not one footstep. He has been this free publication rag writer for years and hasn't even been able to use it, his relationship with Stern or anybody else, to advance his career to maybe getting a paid gig at People or something.
We got to read our old interview that he did with us, because he would ask stuff like, so what do you guys think of other radio guys out there? And we would just have a blanket statement, and then he changes the question to, so what do you think of Howard?
Yeah.
He didn't have the balls to actually ask us to our face. He was like, yeah, what do you think of other radio guys in Afternoon Drive that you're competing against? It was such a just, whatever. And then the thing comes out, and we're like, well, you didn't ask us about Howard Stern,
Yeah.
There were so many things that were just not accurate and right in these interviews that he did with us. It was just amazing.
He's a lying douchebag. He's got his little relationship with Howie, and it's done him nothing over the years. It's done him nothing. It's gotten him nowhere. He's a loser. And I just hope they could dredge up something, because the thought of him going to jail is really funny. That would be good. Maybe he could run the prison newspaper. It'll be a step up from the rags he writes for now.
All right. Well, that's a developing story here in New York.
Yes, we'll keep our eye on that one.
Oh, yeah, we will. All right, we got the audio of President Bush, Anthony. So what's the deal with this story? Who is this guy that taped the phone conversation?
Some friend of his.
Just a friend?
Just a friend.
Let's see. A friend of the Bush family who secretly recorded 9 hours of conversations with George W. Bush says he never intended for the tapes to become public, but felt he had a duty to accurately represent a man who he believed would one day become president.
So?
It was just a friend? That's not a friend.
Scumbag.
And there's nothing huge in this. We knew he smoked pot.
And the reason he was taping for 9 hours, he was waiting for that one nugget.
The bombshell,
That one little thing that he could use.
Yep.
Because here it is. Doug Weed, the author of the new book.
Doug Weed?
Doug Weed.
Oh.
Doug Weed, the author of the new book, The Raising of a President, surreptitiously recorded his conversations with Bush beginning in 1998 when Bush was governor of Texas and considering a run for president. Mm-hmm. So he taped him for 9 hours, and he did it because, he gets a nice little book deal out of the thing.
Yeah.
Well, do they make Bush look bad or good? I mean, do they make Bush look like an ass? Or because the one quote I read didn't make him look bad at all.
No, nothing I read either makes him look bad. It's nothing newsworthy. It's they're not breaking any ground here. We knew the guy was a partier in college, did some blow, smoked some pot, never fessed up to it in public, but everyone just knew.
On the tapes, Bush discussed strategies for stonewalling questions about past marijuana use. And this is Bush, I guess, in the tape. Do you want your little kid to say, hey, Daddy, President Bush tried marijuana? I think I will, said Bush on the tapes. That's the message we've been sending out. I wouldn't answer the marijuana question.
It's kind of a lame reason for not fessing up to it.
Yeah. Right. And this is Bush also addressed how he would deal with questions about cocaine use.
Oh.
The cocaine thing, let me tell you my strategy on that, Bush said on the tape. Rather than saying no, I think it's time for someone to draw the line and look people in the eye and say, I'm not going to participate in ugly rumors about me and blame my opponent and hold the line. Stand up for a system that will not allow this kind of crap to go on.
Wow, he really didn't fess up to anything there.
No.
Good one.
So this is all the guys got on Bush after 9 hours of taping him as a friend, Anthony.
Yeah, pal.
I wouldn't answer the marijuana question. You know why? Because I don't want some little kid doing what I tried. Yeah, and it never stops. But you got to understand, I want to be president. I want to lead. I want to set. If you want your little kid to say, hey, Daddy, President Bush tried marijuana, I think I will.
Why not?
Incidentally, that was Frank Caliendo.
Great Bush impression.
Yeah, where is Frank today? We should get Frank Caliendo on the phone.
That doesn't make Bush sound that bad, though. I mean,
No.
if that's the best you get as a guy going, like, this is probably how I'd move around this question,
Yeah, it really isn't a bad quote.
Well, he's a politician, of course. You know, this is their job to spin these things.
And this is, probably him caught at his most honest, because he never knew he was being taped.
What's the big deal if the President of the United States tried marijuana? At this point, the reality is just about everyone out there of his age, his age, has tried pot.
You got to think of the Midwest people that are like, God damn, it's just as bad as doing that LSD.
You don't think they have tried pot, though?
Yeah, they don't want their president smoking pot. And some of them, no. I don't think...
Well, there's a difference between
them
smoking pot in the White House and trying marijuana when you were younger.
Yeah. And it just makes you look like a hypocrite because, you're Republican and anti-drug and all that. And you were doing it.
But most people have tried marijuana in their lifetime.
Yeah, but it just makes you look like a hypocrite because the Republicans are, the party of zero tolerance, really, with drugs and shouldn't do it, shouldn't be legal. And then he's saying, I tried it, but if you're caught trying it now, I believe you should go to jail and, all that happy horse shit that they like to pile on casual users.
And they crucified Clinton for it.
Yeah, right. Didn't inhale. Oh, smoking pot. Look, he's a junkie.
Crucified him. Dude, this is my take on politics, man. They all just lie.
Wow.
Pretty good, right?
That's pretty, insightful.
Yeah. Well, I'll say something, a real gem once in a while.
Is it that one, you think?
Ooh, what are you guys looking for?
Oh, a little song to go to break.
Ooh.
Want to try it?
What is that?
Well, you can smoke it, you can chew it, you can really try to do it, smoking pot. Well, you can sing it in a song, you can smoke it in a bong, smoking pot. Well, it's the latest sensation that's sweeping the nation, smoking pot. Let's go smoke some 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 pot. Come on, let's go smoke some pot. Well, there was Eve Raquel and the new bohemian smoking pot. Well, there's the Black Crows and driving and crying smoking pot. There's the spin doctors and blues travelers smoking pot. Let's go smoke some 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 pot. Come on, let's go smoke some pot. Let's go. Because I smoke too much pot. I went to Lollapalooza and everybody out there was smoking pot. I saw Blind Melon and the Red Hot Chili Peppers and Pearl Jam and Widespread Panic. Let's go smoke some pot. 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 Come on, let's go smoke some pot. Let's go.
Soothing sounds of Opie and Anthony. So sit back, relax, have yourself some herbal tea, close your eyes, and drift away with O&A.
Big ass cop. Hi.
This is great.
You dick.
Bye. Shut up.
Fuck all y'all. Horrific and tasteless.
It's called sarcasm.
I've never heard anything as offensive and gross as you are. And that's why I'm signing up.
The Opie and Anthony Show. XM 202.
That bothers you, right?
Yeah.
We're watching TV right now, and the ex-presidents.
The ex-presidents. Yeah.
Bush and Clinton, presidential relief tour.
Bush Sr.
Don't these guys hate each other?
They used to. They are the best of pals now. You only see them hanging out together now. They are what they call asshole buddies now. They go everywhere together.
How did this come about? Because they hated each other.
George W. threw them together as a relief. They do these relief tours for the tsunami. And they're, scraping up money. You've seen the TV commercials featuring the two of them. And now they're on tour. They're touring the tsunami-ravaged Southeast Asia.
Oh, my God. President Bush Sr. is dyeing his hair. You see that? You see that? That looks awful. And Clinton officially looks old.
Yeah.
Since the heart thing, he officially looks old now.
Yeah.
But Bush Sr. is dyeing his hair. What's going on in the back of his head? It's really dark, like almost black.
Yeah, no way, because he's a real old guy. No way that's his natural hair color. Now, look, Bush Sr. is holding up a map, and Clinton's also holding it, and they're pointing to things. They are like the best of pals now. My buddy, wherever I go, he goes. Listening to the tsunami parody on the plane over. Tree right through her head. That's funny stuff. Look at the big hog in Clinton's pants, too.
Yeah, there's something going on in the front of his pants.
Wow.
All the young girls over there, or boys, whatever you could pick from over there.
So we're all looking at the TV during the commercial, and Jimmy's like, could you imagine getting a picture with Bush and Clinton?
Yeah, that's
a
good one.
I look at Jimmy and go, well, I got my picture taken with Clinton, and all of a sudden Jimmy just goes, ugh!
That's right.
Just all mad. And then Ben goes, well, I got a picture of Clinton too, and he's like, ugh!
Actually, Ben's wasn't a picture. Him and Clinton were having a large hog contest, and they just stood side by side.
Ben's picture is the worst, though. It is so blurry.
It is not. It is.
You haven't even seen it, number one.
But I'm hoping.
Bring in your...
He was probably moving when it was taken. Ben was just jerking.
Yeah, bring in your picture of you and Clinton.
Clinton's looking better than he has, though.
That's right when he got into office.
He's got some color and stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't look bad.
All right, enough. We know you like your apple. Relax.
I got to thank the guy from Revelation, Tom's River. This is a porcelain apple. It could be the crispiest, yummiest. Oh, I bite into it. I have to put my hand down because the juices are leaking out.
Wow, yet it's crispy.
A lovely apple.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the wife swapper.
He loves when juices run out, doesn't he?
I sure do.
Yeah, Ben has the worst picture of him and Clinton, by the way.
Where did Ben get that one?
Ben was just a young go-getter.
A young buck?
I don't know, man. I mean, he looks like a junior senator or something, or whatever they're called when. What are they called when you're like in college and you're thinking about going into politics?
Sodomized.
His hair is all short. He's a lot thinner.
Clinton?
No,
It's
Ben.
in Boston. I got it in Boston.
Oh, it's in Boston? Ben's all excited. But you know your picture's blurry.
No, it was when he was by the Park Plaza. I was in a small holding area where there was only like 30 people that he was definitely going to come by. But this is when he was president, so the security.
Oh.
But there's a thing about Clinton.
Your picture's better because he was president.
That's
when
right.
You got yours.
President.
You know something? I might have to give Ben that. The quality of the picture, I haven't seen Ben's. If it's blurry, that's one thing. But getting a standing president's picture, a sitting president's picture, wow, that's pretty big.
Yeah, but it's so blurry.
It is not blurry. And I got it signed by him, too. It's autographed to me.
And Clinton doesn't even, he's not even looking at the camera because he doesn't even know anyone's taking his picture.
They're a lot more accessible after office, though.
It was like whoever was taking the picture for you was in panic mode, like, oh my God, I got to get this shot. His hands were shaking or something because it's not even cropped, it's not even centered. It's just like, the bottom right hand. Part of the picture is Ben and Clinton.
You really studied that.
Oh, yeah, I did.
He's seen it like once. And look at him comment.
Dude, bring it in. Bring it in.
I got to see it, yeah.
Yeah, you got to bring it in.
Two of you were making me sick fighting over your Clinton pictures. I wish I had one.
Yeah,
I'd take either one of them.
Either. The coolest presidential thing I ever got.
Mine's great because my arm's around him. We're both smiling.
Yeah, but Ben will say his is better because Clinton had a tie on. You think yours is better because his shirt was open. The two of you make me nauseous.
He does. He actually, it was just when he got in office, too. He'd only been in office a couple months, really young, and just, big tie and everything, and there's Secret Service all around him. Not like yours is just out behind some bookstore in Long Island, you know.
Mine's great. I love my picture.
I had sent a Christmas card to Richard Nixon
when
I was a kid. Yeah, and I actually got one back from and it wasn't a form one either. It was actually signed.
You still have it?
No.
What did you do with it?
I probably didn't even make it through the year. I don't even remember how old I was. I was a little kid, and then I didn't think it would be worth anything. What do I know? I know a Richard Nixon signed Christmas card. What an ass!
This apple wasn't so good. I'd throw it at you. How do you lose that?
I know.
Yeah, how did you lose it? You don't.
You're a kid. It's like, oh look, Richard Nixon sent me a Christmas card. Boom, throw it away with the grandmas.
Yeah,
it's pretty stupid.
All right,
do. And my shingles are clearing up. The shingle, Anthony. You're not a Jew boy, are you?
A little sing along that's gonna lead to something.
Ring, 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 banana phone. Ring, 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 banana phone.
I'm singing along.
I've got this feeling so appealing for us to get together and sing, sing. Ring, 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 banana phone. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding, banana phone. It grows in bunches. I've got my hunches. It's the best. Beat the rest. Cellular, modular, interactive, modular. Ring, 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 banana phone. Ping pong, ping pong, ping pong, ping, banana phone. It's no baloney, it ain't a phony. My cellular, bananular phone.
As you know, if you're a faithful listener of this program, that's taken on a life of its own, the whole banana phone thing, right?
Entrenched in my head now for the rest of the day.
Well, now we got the acoustic Indian version of the banana phone.
Acoustic Indian version?
You may have heard the heavy metal version that we played.
Yes.
There was a couple other versions we've played, but this one came in today. Listen to this. Or at least
what type of Indian?
Is
it Dothead or Woo Woo?
Oh, no, Dothead.
Oh.
Dothead Indian. I knew this was going to happen. Because it's snowing in New York, it's time to look at the gates in Central Park.
Oh, with
look
the
at the
snow on
contrast.
the ground. That's
wow!
That's what Christo wanted.
That's beautiful.
The stark difference between just the white snow, the dark trees, and the beautiful saffron gates.
And the black reporter and the white snow.
And she's way up in Harlem.
Wow.
She's as far north in the park as you could get, by the way. In case you're following along at home.
Look at that.
That was beautiful. You knew they had to do that, right, Anthony?
Yes.
What a crock of shit.
And now, now the gates make sense. In the snow, now I could see its art. Yeah. Sure I can.
Ring, 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 banana phone. Ring, 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 banana phone. I've got this feeling so appealing for us to get together and sing, sing. Ring, 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 banana phone. Ding dong, ding dong, ding, 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 banana phone. It grows in bunches. I've got my hunches. It's the best. It's the best. It's a cellular, modular, interactive, modular. Ring, 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 banana phone. Ping pong, ping pong, pong, ping, 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 banana phone. It ain't no baloney. It ain't a phony. My cellular banana cellular phone. Don't need time to call a friend of
Is it possible for you to shut the fuck up for 10 seconds?
Don't need computers or TV to have a real good time. I call for pizza. I call my cat. I call the White House. I have a chat.
God damn it!
I place a call around the world. Operator, get me. Beijing, jing, 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 jing. Ring, 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 ring. Banana phone. Yin yang, yin yang, yin yang, yin. Banana phone.
Shut the fuck! All right.
It's a real life mama and a papa phone. A brother and a sister and a doggo phone. A grandpa phone and a grandma phone too.
He stinks, but I don't like him.
Banana phone, banana phone.
Shut your bleeding hole!
That one's awful.
Pardon my French, but you're an asshole.
Yeah, that one just is the worst.
I'd love to hear that again.
Did someone fart in here?
No.
Eric, did you leak?
Ew.
When you came around this way?
Leak. Leak. Oof.
You know, where you could let one go and you think you could get away with it?
I think you mean, did he have a little log in there and maybe a little gas squeezed by?
Ah. Said, excuse me.
Excuse me,
Getting out of here.
Pardon me.
Eric, just how you're reacting, I know you did it.
Yep.
So admit it.
No, I did it.
You're not acting. You're not a good actor.
You see his
You're not a
acting?
good actor.
Like he's...
You make
Whatever.
Voss look like
Why
a
were you
Olivier.
making the face that you're smelling something?
Because usually it's him, and then you say,
Hold
did
on.
somebody smell something? I'm going around
You're,
like I don't
your
smell anything.
overacting is awful.
Yeah, it was very much overacting.
Because let me tell you something. The smell is now gone. And so I asked if you possibly leaked when you walked around here.
No, I
So then
didn't.
you come over here like it's still here going, oh, my God.
No, I don't.
Yeah, it was
Oh, my
overacting
God.
a little
And
much.
it's not around anymore.
You're really overacting.
Eric actually put a hand on each hip and leaned forward and went, I smell it. Good point.
Mr. Faversham, I did not fart in this studio. Not fart in this studio.
Rachel, you farted. And it didn't smell like Jimmy's. At this point, we all know what Jimmy's smell
Right,
like.
mine have their own patented fine odor.
Oh. Yeah, there's no mistake in yours.
No,
Rank,
no,
rancid.
No, it's
I'm going to
absolutely
bottle
awful.
one and sell it on eBay. A nice gasser to enjoy at a party. Maybe open in front of your girlfriend under her nose while she's sleeping.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
Fun for everyone.
It's not a bad idea.
I don't think they last in a jar.
I don't know. If they did, it'd be hilarious to order a fart online.
And then someone could open the jar and
right.
take a deep breath. Breathe
Celebrity
deep, the
farts
gathering
online.
gloom.
When we'd be in the car with Florentine, he would fart. I swear to God, if me, him, and Levy were in the cup, I would fart into a cup and hand it to him, and he'd smell it and go, not bad.
How did all of you fit in a cup?
What?
You said we were in the cup.
Didn't I say we were in the car?
No, you said you're all in the cup. I knew you were going, but I had to call you on
I
it.
really am a zilch.
All
Well,
in a cup. In the little teacups at Disney. Spinning around.
I actually met an athletic supporter. Three of us were just hanging out inside of Ben's athletic supporter, and using it as a toboggan.
Well, you could.
Martini Steve in the studio.
Oh.
Hey, man.
Wearing
Hi,
a
Steve,
flaming
what's going
wool
on?
hat on
Yeah,
this
this is a-
chilly, snowy morning.
This is a great hat. A listener sent me a whole box of flame stuff.
Ooh.
Flame hat, flame satchel, flame
Wow.
wallet.
Nice.
Oh, it's great.
For your birthday?
Yeah.
When's your birthday?
Tomorrow.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you.
How old are you?
31. Well, I will
Wow.
Wow.
You know what's
Yeah.
funny to say when people say, how old are you? I always go, 29 again. It gets laughing.
Yeah.
Every time it just cracks
Again,
people
that's
up.
the funny part.
Yeah, because they know I'm
Yeah,
kidding,
again.
you know.
I
Of
noticed
course.
on Found Your Music you got a whole birthday,
He started it. Eric started it.
a
I had
birthday
no
wish
idea.
list.
I didn't
Go to
even
Found
set
Your
that up.
Music. This is the stuff that's...
Are you kidding?
This is what Steve wants for his birthday.
I didn't set it up, though.
He
I don't know
wants-
where it came from.
He wants our listeners to send him birthday gifts.
I got up in the morning, checked my email. There's like 50 emails, and I had no idea where they were coming from. He set up a whole wish list for me. Eric set up a whole...
But you had to throw it up on your website.
I didn't throw it up. That's the point. I didn't do it.
What do you want, Steve? What's on the wish list?
I don't know.
Cut to
Eric
the chase.
Gonna have to tell me. I think there's a plasma screen TV there on there.
Of course. Flame hats and audio of tortured children. If you have any of that, please
As we
email
get
us.
as we get that website up there, we've been playing this audio all morning. You got to tell me what this is from.
Oh, that's the...
Let it finish.
Sorry.
What is that from?
That is from a video clip somebody sent in of it. It's obviously done in a motel room. It's two people on a bed. The guy's dogging this girl from behind, and it's a video that looks like it's placed on a tripod on a nightstand in the hotel room because it's just one stationary shot.
Nice.
But it's looking down, and she's just getting drilled and screaming, and he's pulling her hair from behind. Yeah, it's great.
And the video's up on Foundry Music?
No.
No?
No, I can put the audio up, but
Yeah,
there's just certain
that's
stuff we got to
hardcore.
watch out. Yeah, the hardcore stuff I got to lay off.
Steve's wish list, the first item on it is $7,000. That is, you keep wishing there.
Wow.
What is it, a plasma TV?
Yes.
I don't know. I haven't.
It is the Fujitsu PDS 4209 42-inch plasma flat
That's
panel
fantastic.
television.
I didn't set this up, but that is
$7,000
great.
for 42-inch plasma?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Not
Yeah,
for
it is.
Opie.
Actually, consider you can get one at
50 grand's nothing for Opie.
Yeah,
Why
but
would
that's Opie, 'cause
$7
he's a
grand
big
be?
star and stuff.
Yeah, we could get 7 of those.
Yeah, please.
Good math. That was quick.
One for every room.
Oh,
What is
you
this
know
one?
what this is? This is about 2 years ago. I asked all the writers to on that website to set up wish lists for themselves, and we put it on one big one. And I think this is a combination of what like 9 people asked for.
Yeah, there's a lot of video games up
Yeah,
here.
I haven't played a video
Yeah.
game in months.
Yeah, like Splinter Cell.
Yeah,
That's an old game now.
Very good game, though. New one coming out.
watch, it's all going to be video games. I'm going to have to give them to other people.
A lot of Frank Zappa.
Yeah, I didn't.
See
put
what the
that.
cheapest one is.
Nothing I want.
The widescreen version of Minority Report for $12.
Great.
All right, I'll get you that. Okay, someone blasted one.
Holy crap.
Come on,
Jim.
Jimmy.
See, that's the difference, dude. That's the difference right
That's
there.
horrible.
These go right through you. Oh, my God.
I was cutting promos with Jim on Friday. He farted right in my face.
Oh, my God.
By the way, that was because I went to Starbucks yesterday. And I had half and half,
Disgusting.
and milk doesn't sit very well in my belly. It smells like sour milk. And incidentally, the first one was mine, too. That you blamed
Oh, you scumbag.
that you blamed Eric for.
Of course we did.
Oh,
we were ready to lynch him.
I know.
Just standing there chuckling.
I know. Just so happy somebody else got blamed.
Oh,
Did you see me trying to
stop?
Did you see me trying to blame this one on him too? I'm just looking at him like, dude.
Oh, my God.
Holy Jesus, that's horrid. No, don't keep opening the door because you're blowing
Yeah, you're
it more
just
this
blowing
way.
it right toward us, you idiot.
Oh, God. Wow, is that bad?
I just got nervous. I'm sorry. It happened.
Shut up.
My
Not
apple was so
nervous.
good it just frightened me. A little bit snuck out.
Let's go to Giant. John from New York. What's up, John?
Good morning, guys.
Morning.
Good morning there, sweet tits.
Hi, guy.
Not you.
Oh.
I had a little thing that happened to me. We went shopping with my wife. I said, "Listen, we got to finish this up. I got to go to the bathroom." So we get home in the basement, right? And I usually put out the silenced ones. So we get to the basement, park the car. I put out a silenced one, but it didn't feel right. And as I started to walk up the stairs, I felt a little lubrication, you know? It was pretty easy walking up the stairs.
Uh-huh.
It formed a seal. I'm a heavy guy. It formed a seal between my thighs and my ass cheeks. And when I got to the bathroom, that stuff was all over me, you know, like my balls were covered and front, the bunt, and it was brutal.
Looked like you sat on an axle.
Thought I'd share that with you this morning.
Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you.
It's happened to the best of us, right? You're thinking you're letting one go and...
Oh, pokes out? No, let me really give this some thought because I don't think I've ever done that.
Of course not, Anthony. You're perfect.
No, I would be completely honest with you.
When it comes to bodily functions, you're perfect.
I try to be and always have tried to be perfect.
You never
in
had
that
a
way.
little nugget roll down your leg and fall on the doorstep?
No.
That's my best story ever.
I can't recall.
Best story ever, man. I had some kind of weird... What is that lobster they sell in, Eric might know, in Florida? It's not like lobster you get up here. It's like a little different. And it was with a cream sauce and stuff, and it just got my stomach going.
Ooh.
And I was down in Florida. This goes back a few years with my girlfriend at the time, and actually it was Ricky was living down there.
Yeah.
And his new girlfriend at the time. And So it's the big visit. You know, we're gonna go see my brother and his new girlfriend, and you know, we have a nice little. I guess it was a night or a weekend together.
Was it Lobster Newburgh?
Something. It's just
One of those creamy ones.
Yeah, but it's a different type of lobster. So we're on the front stoop, and my stomach was just awful for like 24 hours, and I'm thinking I could let a little fart go. Because I'm just dying, like I'm just aching, you know. I'm like, oh my God, let me just let this little gas out. And I let the gas out, but it wasn't a fart. And a little nugget, I was wearing shorts and boxers at the time. A little nugget pops out of my bunghole and just drops down right in front of the mat in front of everybody.
I'm completely disgusted.
Probably the most embarrassing thing ever to happen to me, ever.
That would be pretty
Dude,
embarrassing.
just imagine you're standing there, you're this cool, you know.
Who's everybody, though?
It was me, Sandy at the time.
Oh, my God.
Ricky and Linda. But I didn't know Ricky that well, and I didn't know Linda, certainly. This goes way back, and I'm on the stoop.
That's a good
saying goodbye,
impression.
letting this little, you know, gas thing go as they're chit-chatting, like I'm off on the side a little bit. And sure enough, I felt something pop out, and it just rolls down my leg and just presents itself right on the doormat. Did you? Oh, come on, Jimmy.
What? No, it's from before.
No, you farted again.
No, I didn't.
No more farting in here.
I didn't fart here.
Oh, that's gonna help, Anthony. Yeah, that'll take care of that.
I told him firmly that time. Put your nose in it and hit you with a newspaper, you animal.
And then ask me why I have a rod.
Yeah, but a little nugget popped out.
The welcome mat.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go to Mike in Westchester. Mike, what's up?
How you doing? Question for Norton. Hard to hear you guys. I'm sorry. I've been told that by my wife that I need to improve my sex life, and I wanted to ask him about the 3 different drugs out there: Viagra, Levitra, Cialis. See the differences between them all.
All right, what's the problem though?
Well, just normal stuff. You know, she's just looking to get banged a lot harder, I guess, and I'm not doing it for her right now.
How many times you doing it? How many times you doing it a week?
Not too many anymore. We're doing it maybe once or twice every couple of months.
And she wants you to get more rods, or she's leaving?
Yeah, that's basically what she's telling me.
That's no pressure.
How fat did she get?
I'm not too fat. I'm maybe 190 or 5'9".
Not you.
Oh, her.
Not you.
Yeah.
No, she's not too bad. I mean, she's had some kids, so she's got a little bit of weight to her, but she's not oversized.
So you're not really turned on by her anymore?
I don't know what it is. I guess it's between the two of us. We, trying to get some sparked up there.
Oh, it's over.
Well, what seems to be the problem on your end?
Well, that's how it goes. I'm thinking, like you said, just, a longer ride or going longer would, maybe would take care of that stuff for her.
Yeah, but, I mean, do you want to have sex with her?
Oh, definitely.
But you're just not getting the rods anymore?
Well, I'm not being able to keep it up for a longer time. Not being able to go for, an extended period of time. And
well, dude, are you losing your rods or are you just finishing quick?
Well, both. Well, normally, yeah, you finish quick and then, and then that's it for the night.
Well, that's fine. What's the problem? Tell her to hurry up. You're doing your job. She's taking too long.
Yeah, basically. So I'm trying to figure out. I was thinking about going with one of those, but I know you had some pros and cons about each one of them, so I was trying to figure out which one would be the best one.
Well, I've tried all 3. You don't want to do them too much. In Rio, I was doing Viagra. Gives you a great rod. It's really hard to finish, though. It really makes you very congested.
That's probably the one he wants, then.
Well, they all give you... I think Cialis is the best because it lasts for a couple of days. And although when we were in... Keith Robinson got a really brutal headache in Rio from Cialis. Levitra works
Was he
well.
listening to himself? That'll do it.
So all 3 of them work, dude. But my recommendation would be Cialis, I guess. But I guess they're all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it seems like something else is going on there.
Yeah, I agree with Ope.
Yeah, still trying to figure that out.
Yeah, dip it in some
All right,
Novocaine.
guys.
All right, thanks, buddy.
Hey.
Yeah.
Rub some Coke on it.
I got the audio of Norton farting. I guess he was supposed to be doing some VOs, as they say in the business, Anthony. VOs.
VO.
Yeah, Jimmy was cutting some promos for a couple upcoming gigs on Friday after the show, and he's so cold and calculating when he does this, because he's, when he's cutting, when anybody's cutting voice sessions in there, you're standing literally with your ass at my face level, and you're talking into a microphone, and you're maybe 6 inches away from each other. So, he's pretty cold to let one rip right in my face as he's doing this. And he's completely straight until he knows that I've smelled it, because you just hear this break, and he starts to cackle like a madman.
It really disgusted him.
Go, sweetie.
Hi, Boston. It's Jim Norton, and I'll be coming up for the first time in quite a while. April 8th and 9th, I'll be performing at the Comedy... April 8th and 9th, Comedy Connection. Box office is 617-248-9700. That's 617-248-9700. Oh.
That's disgusting. Sit in there, just keep reading them. I don't want to...
Yeah, Pat, help me do my Borgata Casino in the Atlantic City. You got to say Atlantic City Borgata Casino, April 16th. Tickets go on sale February 26th at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com.
All right. Little Jim Norton will be in Atlantic City at the Borgata Casino, April 16th. Tickets go on sale February 26th at 10 a.m. Call Ticketmaster.com.
And he had to do one for Boston, too.
Is it? No, that's Houston. What's wrong? Boston. Little Jimmy Norton's going to be in Boston at the Comedy Connection, April 8th and 9th. Box office is 617-248-9700. The Comedy Connection.
Cool, thanks.
All right.
No problem.
Thinks more of the farter, Pat.
Tell Steve it's gone.
Steve, it smells like it's on.
And he just farted again.
Yeah, he dropped another one.
Steve's coming back in. Here comes Steve.
It's not gone. It's trapped. Jesus.
I dropped another hot one, and I snuck out real quick to trap it in that airtight vacuum room.
You know what you do? You fart, and then you laugh like a supervillain who's just used like his power.
Well, I was quiet.
Humanity.
I was like, "Hey, I'm coming at you." And then I read the date, and I know it's going to smash him in a couple of seconds.
Yeah. So his voice just starts to crack a little bit, and he knows it's creeping up my nostrils, and it's just you're a second away from vomiting.
Well, did you hear that nervous idiot Pat when he said, "Could you read a promo?" His breath actually skipped. Little Jimmy Norton, Atlantic City. Left off the A. What a dope.
Atlantic City for Lil. Put an apostrophe where the A went.
Jim in Virginia. What's up, Jim?
Hey, fellas, what's going on?
Hello. Kind of screwing off today. What's up with you?
Hey, listen, we were talking about awful shits that come on all of a sudden. I was on my way to work one morning, and, just cramping up like crazy. Didn't think I was going to make it in a half-hour drive. And I got out of the parking lot. As soon as I hit the fucking pavement, I let one rip. It went down my leg into my sock and my shoes. Didn't even get into work yet, and I had to go home and change. Punch it out.
Too late. You
All right.
spun in.
Steve, before you leave, we were talking about like hot sex scenes from movies.
Yeah.
And we were talking about swimming pool.
Swimming pool. Somebody on Instant Feedback was just thanking us for bringing up that movie. He said he watched it, and chick was so hot, movie so hot, loved it.
We're still trying to get audio on the air.
Yeah, I know.
From the sex scenes from that movie.
I thought I had it. I don't. Now I have to go get it.
And
on your wish list?
No, actually, it's not.
And then we were talking about that movie where the chick says that.
Oh yeah, they thought it was Othello, but it's really Storytellers. Storytellers. And it's Selma Blair and some black actor.
Black guy?
Yeah, some black guy.
Her college professor.
Yeah, the college professor in the thing. It's an independent film that came out in 2001, I believe.
But a bunch of listeners are saying that this is a really hot sex scene.
Mm-hmm.
Right? All right. And you got the audio of it today.
You can't rent it and see it, though.
You can't rent this movie?
Like, if we tried renting it at Blockbuster, they put a big red block across the screen because it's beyond R, so they put these big red blocks in front of everything, so you can hear the audio, but you can't see the scene.
Isn't that amazing with Blockbuster?
Wait, what?
Yeah, we tried renting it a while ago. If you rent it from Blockbuster, they block out the scene. You can hear the audio, but you see nothing.
See, this is the big problem in America.
Yep. Screw Blockbuster. What do you do? Netflix?
Yeah, Netflix.
You get it from Netflix.
Yeah.
They won't block it out. Good. Netflix is putting Blockbuster under.
Exactly.
And Blockbuster is now being sued because to answer Netflix, they had to do something where they said we're eliminating all late fees. That's what Blockbuster said. You read into it, they're not.
Right.
You still have to, a week later, if you don't bring your movie in, you have to pay a restocking fee, which is a late fee. And then if you keep it for another week or so, they make you buy the movie. So then you're paying the price that you would if you went down to the store and bought the movie.
That's what just amazes me, that Blockbuster is editing these films, because they feel it's inappropriate for their customers.
Good luck. Good luck, Blockbuster, because Blockbuster is waiting to be a dinosaur. They are just waiting. There's so many ways to get movies that they're just...
So you rent this movie, and what happens? You hear the audio, but the screen goes red?
It's a scene in a hotel room. And right as they're about to start something, all of a sudden, boom, red block blocks the screen. You hear the audio, but you don't see it. They do it to keep the movie as an R rating.
As an R rating? Why is it their problem
their
what
policy,
movies they're renting?
Well, the movie, Blockbuster probably doesn't do it. I'm guessing that they give people, and I think they're awful. They probably give an option. They go, look, this is what makes it an R rating. If you want us to carry it, like Walmart will do that with certain labels and certain CD covers. This is what you have to do to get. Blockbuster doesn't actually censor it.
But here's the problem.
It's sickening, though.
Here's the problem. Blockbuster doesn't have movies like that.
Right.
They don't. They won't rent them. The X-rated movies.
They will
won't
soon.
Rent. But they move into a town, and this small video store that did carry that crap goes broke. They have to leave, and now anybody in that area can't get any type of that type of entertainment.
The one move Blockbuster hasn't done yet, but I've heard that they're contemplating it, is doing the adult section. And because they're losing so much revenue to Netflix, they're getting closer and closer to making that decision. There are guys that I've spoken to out on the West Coast that call up the Blockbuster buyers every week just to check in because they know they're close to making that because they're losing so much money.
Good. Blockbuster's going broke.
Yeah, exactly.
Netflix is, and they've started
is
a
Netflix
business
really
like Netflix.
Doing that
off,
well?
Taking off Netflix. Look at their stock.
It's phenomenal.
They're taking off because you can get what you want. No late fees. You keep the movie as long as you like. It's easy. You get it. It's not one of those you drive down there and get it like that day, but the next day, right?
Yeah.
You got the movie.
You just go online. They've got thousands of movies. You just add it into your database, and then they send it out to you, and the envelope's prepaid. When you're done, you slide it back in, drop it in the mailbox. 2 days later, you get the next movies on your list.
Yeah. Now, Blockbuster started a similar service where you could go online and get it the same way, but, good. I hope Blockbuster goes broke.
So do I. That's what you get. Keep thinking for other people.
Yeah.
Wait, now, Dave has a little more info on this. Dave in Chicago. Go ahead, Dave.
Hey, hi, Open Anthony. How you doing?
Pretty good, buddy.
That storytelling movie, the director asked you put that on, that block, in theatrically, because the MPAA wouldn't let him air it. So he was like his fuck you to the MPAA to put that on there, that pink box.
Wait, so you can never ever see the scene?
Not theatrically, but there's two DVD releases of it. Blockbuster just carried the one that
right.
didn't have
So
it.
why don't they carry the other one?
Right. But you should watch that movie too. It's got another disturbing plot line with this pedophile that Jimmy might like. I don't know.
Jimmy doesn't like that pedophile crap.
This one says, Eric's full of shit. The storytelling DVD has both unrated edition and the R-rated orange blocked version on the same disc.
Not when you rent it.
Not when you rent it from Blockbuster.
Yeah, but I didn't think Blockbuster would actually go in and censor it, but that's just the...
No, they don't censor. Like, a lot of people think Blockbuster goes there and sits in their editing room, their Blockbuster editing room, and censors it. No, they'll only distribute the censored versions of a lot of these
No
things.
NC-17, right? Only rated R for families.
Yeah. I've gone in there and looked for movies, and then I ask at the counter, hey, you got this or that? And they go, no, we don't carry that.
Ugh.
What?
Yuck. But they'll have 500 copies of Rush Hour, douchebags.
Ugh.
Let's go to Rob in California. Hey, Rob.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Hey, Blockbuster will never have adult movies. They're owned by the Mormon Church.
What? They're owned by Viacom.
They're owned by Viacom.
They're owned by our old bosses, yeah.
Wayne Huizenga used to own them, the same guy that used to own the Dolphins, and I guess he sold them to Viacom.
All right, thanks, Rob.
Although maybe the church doesn't have an interest in it, or maybe the church did at one time have them and put that stipulation. But maybe they put the stipulation in that whoever buys it can't use it for adult films.
The thing with the Mormon Church was there was a company out in Salt Lake City, Utah, that would take movies like The Matrix and remove all the violence from it. Like the bullets, when he'd lean back, it was just white flashes of light, and they would add different sound effects and edit scenes so there was no violence, there was no cursing. So family-friendly versions of these R and NC-17 movies could be made to the public, and they got sued by every movie company in Hollywood.
Good.
As well as they should. Well, we have the audio of the scene from Storytelling. It's very, very hot and steamy. Check it out as we go to break.
It's a really nice place you have. It's rent high.
Take off your top. Now. Take off the rest. Turn around. Bend over. Nigga, fuck me.
Oh, but I can't do that.
Say. Nigga.
Yeah.
Say nigga.
Nigga.
Fuck me hard.
Fuck me hard.
Say nigga. Fuck me hard.
Nigger, fuck me hard.
Again.
Nigger, fuck me hard.
Again.
Nigger, fuck me hard. Nigger, fuck me hard. Nigger, fuck me hard. Nigger, fuck me hard. Nigger, fuck me hard.
What kind of a show are you guys putting on here today? Cancel all appointments.
Welcome to Radio Free America. America's ready. I'm ready. I mean, I want a million voices crying out in the wilderness. Jesus, let's get serious.
Now, take a deep cleansing breath. And begin.
Fix it.
Guess who's back?
I'm over here now.
Back again.
Nice head, Dick. Bag it.
Guess who's back?
Oh, man.
Back again.
I don't believe it. Stupid. You're so stupid.
Guess who's back? Guess who's back?
Turn it off. Turn it off.
Oh, man, if I was older, I would totally start jacking up right now. What's all doing?
We're gonna have a problem here.
Okay, cut. All right, here we go. Hold your ears, folks.
It's showtime. The Opie and Anthony Show. M202. The Opie and Anthony Show.
Back to the phones. Let's talk to George in Colorado. George, what's up?
Hey guys, how's it going this morning?
Pretty good, George.
Hey, I got a couple of things for you.
Yeah.
The swimming pool. You know there are 3 versions of that movie.
Oh?
There is the version that they've been playing on HBO.
Yeah.
There is the unrated version, which Blockbuster is carrying, and then there is an X-rated version. But I have only seen a reference to the X-rated version on the internet. And I have seen the unrated and I've seen the R-rated. And while that young chick is hot, the sex scenes are not that great. They really, I mean, I've seen better sex scenes.
The one in the bedroom was pretty good.
Oh, the old lady?
No.
No, not the old lady.
Yeah, the older chick in there. I mean, she didn't do anything. But hey, you guys are talking about Netflix.
Yeah.
There is an adult film version of Netflix.
Yeah.
And it's they're based here in Colorado. The website is www.netxflix.com. And that's all they just started, I think, in October, so they're slowly building their film base.
But do they...
All right.
Thank you, George.
All right.
How do they guarantee they're renting to an adult?
Yeah, really. You probably got to do the old credit card.
Oh, probably.
That old scam.
But you could get in trouble if the person's young. Am I right or wrong, guys?
Right?
That's my new regular guy thing.
Jeremy from Jersey says, that clip, maybe you should add one of those, you might want to turn your radio down warnings. Phew, that was close, he says. Yeah, that was some clip.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to give it away there.
No.
We like surprising you.
That was surprising.
Hey,
some
guys,
people.
come around my radio. They're playing something really hot. And you got a brother that's working with you. Oops.
What happened? What do you mean?
You missed the audio clip. It was really hot.
Oh, yeah, no, I didn't.
Spencer, what's up?
Hey, even more proof that Blockbuster sucks. After you guys had the guys from Chappelle on, I went out to get the Chappelle DVDs to rent, and they don't carry them there.
No, huh?
Which
Why?
is really ridiculous.
There couldn't be any reason for that, though, because Chappelle's
Yeah.
stuff is on TV.
On
I guarantee
TV.
you that maybe they just maybe they're not renting them yet. There's no reason they wouldn't carry them.
Yeah.
Unless Comedy Central wants to recoup some of their money and have people buy them only for a while.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Because the bottom line is it's all about the almighty dollar. Am I right or wrong?
That's right.
You're right.
The little guy always loses.
Dave on Long Island. What's up, Dave?
Yeah, how you doing? I didn't think this was worth getting on the air for, but I was just wondering the poker thing that Anthony's going to be on. Whose money did they start with?
Yeah, how did we...
Whose
money are you playing?
Well, it seems that the hotshot celebrities, of which I am one, we get a free seat.
Ooh.
Yeah. We get the old free seat. This is an invitational. You know.
I heard
You'll
it was
only
like
be
a
invited.
$25,000 buy-in.
Yeah, that's what everyone's going to start off at.
Wow. But you didn't have to do that?
No. Some of the other people that are there, they might have had to pay, but not me. No. Thank God. Playing with 25 G's, I'd freak.
No, you won't.
I'm going to be freaking as it is.
No, you won't.
Oh, come
You're
on.
going to have a good time. We leave for L.A. tomorrow after the show. Right after the show, we head to the airport.
I was thinking, if I got to sit, like they were saying, if I'm at a table with Doyle Brunson, there's no way I'm getting through the first table.
Who's Doyle?
He's like...
Is he the one
one of the guys? He's been playing forever. He's one of the older
Is he
gentlemen.
the one with the mirror sunglasses?
No.
Oh.
He's the old guy.
You'll kill him.
Like you always see him at the poker things. He's very old. He's been doing this his whole life, and he's really good. He wrote a best-selling book on poker, and if he's at the table, there's no way. It would be like, I swear to you, it would be like, and this is not even an exaggeration. Take my softball team, not even yours, my softball team that I played against you at the Newark Stadium.
Your team stunk.
I know. Take them. We play the Yankees. How much of a chance would I have of winning?
But it's poker. It's all about
None.
luck.
No, it's not about luck.
Sure it is.
It really isn't. You think it is, and it should be, but it is not about luck.
It's about luck.
There is an element
There's
of
no
luck.
strategy in cards.
There's an element of luck there.
There's no
But
strategy.
It's all about the betting. It is all about how you bet, when you bet, who you're betting to, your position. It really, the cards.
Are you allowed to take like Valium or something before you play poker so no one can
Should.
figure out your little ticks and
your,
stuff?
Your poker face?
Yeah.
No. Actually, you can do whatever the hell you want. They drink. Well, a lot of these guys are pounding drinks down as they're playing. which I might have to resort to after I'm there with one chip left.
You know, I've watched the poker on TV. I still don't get it because I'm looking at these guys and they look like they have a really good poker face. So how are these other guys going, oh, wait a minute, I could tell that he has nothing in this hand and he's bluffing.
They can not only tell by looking at it, but they can tell by what they're betting, when they're betting it. You know, they could tell if they're trying to suck him in, slow play him a little bit. They got something good, but you don't want to let them know you got something good. So you slide something small in there. And then all of a sudden you call the bet, and then he hits you with something big. Then you're kind of thinking, you know, I've kind of been sucked into a trap. Do you fold and take the loss, or do you keep going and hope he's bluffing? There's so much to it, and it's not just the cards and the luck, which is, you know, why if somebody like him is sitting there, or, you know, the other guy, Daniel Negreanu, if he's sitting there, I'm done. I'm done.
I figured it out, by the way, how you can bluff them. Whenever you get your first two cards, no matter what they are, just go, yes, aces!
That's a good a strategy as any. Yes, aces.
Well, you're going to be blown out after the first day.
I would assume, yeah.
Are you even doing the show Wednesday?
I think I get 15-minute break every 90 minutes. So
when are we broadcasting? We're broadcasting from L.A. Wednesday and Thursday. I know that. But and what time? 12 to 4.
I think I started 2.
12 to 4 what? L.A. time?
L.A. time.
All right.
How far, by the way, from Anthony's
So that's 3 to 7 East Coast.
You guys are going to be pretty close.
Can I wait?
So I'm going to be able to probably get up
when
during
does the
some
game
of the break.
Start?
I believe 2. So I'll have a couple of hours with you guys.
And then the last 2 hours you'll be playing.
The last 2 hours I'll be playing.
And Jimmy and I will be kind of just commenting about the silliness that is this whole thing.
And trying to organize a show.
Praying for guests.
Pray for guests. You should have a lot of guests. That should come through for us. But, yeah, I don't think we're going to have to worry about making any kind of contingency plans for me not being there the second day because these guys, they're going to rip me apart. Like I said earlier, I'm just hoping to go in there, have a good time. If I could take 1 or 2 pots away from these big guys, that's the dream come true.
Isn't David Schwimmer at your table too?
Yeah, I gotta beat David Schwimmer. I gotta beat David Schwimmer. Just gonna sit there, wait for the good cards, not be too aggressive at the beginning.
Dude, when
and
you're sitting next,
they'll eliminate some of the people while I just kind of hang back.
When you're sitting next to David Schwimmer, ask him about Brad and Jen.
Yeah, I'll get the scoop.
Get the
like
scoop.
He's going to know.
Get the
I
scoop.
Don't know.
And can you drop in that your friend wants a picture with him? Like just while you guys are playing?
Please.
Yeah, I'm going to have to do a show with him.
Oh,
the whole time he's going to want to be taking pictures with these guys.
Pictures.
Ah!
What was that?
Oh.
Freddy Krueger. What's her name?
Melissa Etheridge. Every time her bald head pops up on TV, it's just scary.
She really should be sitting on some trainer's forearm and then flying away while he wears a glove. A long way to go for an Eagle reference.
I know.
Wow.
She beat cancer. Good for her. Very good.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Let's say hi to Tony in Jersey. Tony, what's up?
Hey, Tony.
Hey, fellas, what's up?
How are you?
Ant.
Hey.
Last week you were talking about when you wake up in the middle of the night, you got to stay in that zone and just fall back asleep. Don't start getting preoccupied.
Right.
Don't look over at the computer and play a few hands.
Yeah.
Well, I've never, ever even thought about when I wake up in the middle of the night playing, but because you said that, I got on last night, and it was about 5 in the morning. And, well, I guess it was only a couple hours ago.
We were already sitting here.
At 5 in the morning, there was 70,000 people, because on Party Poker, it tells you.
Yeah. Yeah, they're all over the world.
It's just amazing how this whole poker thing has just, the craze is unbelievable.
It really is one of those things that have just taken off, and like a lot of people are getting sucked into it. Really, because now I have a laptop right next to my bed, and if nothing's on TV and I'm laying in bed, bloop, I'll pop on.
Who are you, Christopher Reeve? Blow into a tube and gamble?
Because now I got my computer out in the living room too. But now I got the laptop. I just picked up a Inspiron 9200 from Dell. Very good multimedia computer. And I noticed this is something we were talking about in the office also. It's got the wireless network card built in. So I go to the hotel, staying there for the next couple of days, and I turn it on, and 10 wireless networks pop up. as options for me to just click on. I'm ready to use the hotel's Ethernet line, you know, plug it in. There's networks everywhere in the city. You don't need a connection. If you're wireless, boom. You just hit it. Unsecured networks all over the place. Buildings, people with their little, you know, hubs that they got, their routers that they got in their apartment buildings. You just tap right into them. And you're online.
Isn't it safer to use the other one, though, the hard wire? I prefer the plug-in.
It's safer. It's faster, too. So, but if you want to go tinkering around and see if you can pop into somebody's network and look at their computer also, because not only are you getting their online connection, some of these unsecured networks you could actually do file sharing, so you look into their computer and check it out. See what kind of
it's funny because I use the wireless in the hotels all the time too, and I said just one time recently I got home, I said, you know what, let me just check. And I mean, I live out here in the middle of nowhere out in central Jersey, and I have like 4 or 5 wireless networks that I just use.
Dude,
they're not
just
even mine.
pop
I guess they're my neighbors or whatever.
Yeah, we're at a time now where there's so many wireless people with wireless internet that it doesn't matter where you are. You can pop right on them, piggyback on anybody's system and get online. Yeah.
What's fun to do is if you open up like a MS Word document and just type messages and print it out on their printer. You can find their printer settings, just like, hey, how you doing? And just prints out on their printer.
Yeah, that absolutely can happen. It's a network. You're in their network, and if they don't have their printer secured or any of their files, sure, you can do that. You can check out their computers. Depending on what they have unsecured on their computer, you can look into any of their files.
That is wild.
Yeah, you got to watch your ass, man.
Technology.
Yeah.
Freaky.
Aaron, what's up?
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Good.
Hey.
You're real low. The volume's real low on the phone here. But I
yes,
just
it is. We keep it that way on purpose.
And I just want to ask you, when are they going to be airing the poker tournament on TV?
I'm not sure when it's airing. Their new season starts up in March sometime, so I'm sure it's not too far after that. And hopefully,
are you going to get FaceTime on TV?
If I make some noise, you know, if I'm one of the first out, it's not going to, you know, they're not going to show crap.
But then again, are you allowed to say if you got knocked out, or is it like
no?
reality
I think I
TV
gotta wait.
shows?
Yeah, we can't.
Well, when you're broadcasting with me on Thursday, I think people will figure it out.
People will figure out that I'm not in it, but
Yeah.
I don't think we're not allowed to tell who won or anything like that.
Well,
So,
maybe you could throw it up on the website or something so we could check it out.
Yeah, I think last year the one celebrity that made it the furthest was, like I said, the guy from the Kids in the Hall. He hosts the poker show now, Celebrity Poker.
Foley?
Yeah. He got to 11th place, which is pretty respectable, but doesn't even make the final 6 at the final table.
Wow.
Got to be the final 6 people to make that final table. Get out of here.
Ain't happening.
I severely doubt it. I watch these guys. You see how they play. It's so rare that an amateur, that guy a couple of years back, Chris Moneymaker, he's a huge name now in poker, but he was one of those guys that was playing online.
How do you know all these
not
guys'
professional?
names?
Because they're huge stars
Do you
now
got
in the
their
poker
trading
world.
cards or something?
Oh, please. They're huge stars in the poker
Maybe
world
you'll
now.
do well because you're so unpredictable.
Maybe that's it. I'm unpredictable. Look, I play like crap.
Yeah, with a name like Chris Moneymaker, I mean, he's almost destined to do something like play poker.
Like play poker.
Good point.
Apparently, my name is Jim Log on the chest. and Opie Cement Shits.
We're just a mess in this studio. Eric from Kansas, what's up?
Hey, boys, how's it going?
Pretty good, Eric.
Hey, you guys ought to go next year. You guys ought to go out to the Computer Hackers Convention out in Las Vegas. I think that'd be I think you guys would have a lot of fun out there. Go do some war driving and
driving, that's what they call it.
What's that?
That's driving around looking for open networks, wireless
yeah,
networks.
you'd be surprised. I mean, I'm in a small town of about 6,000 people, and you'd be surprised how many people leave their networks unsecured, and they leave the public password on their routers, and you can get in there and you can fuck with them. And, you know, you look at their what ports they got forwarded and all this other crap, man, you can really fuck with people over their wireless networks.
Dude, when is the Hackers Convention?
You know, I'm not sure when it is. I know they covered it last year on Tech TV, but I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be fun to go out there.
Those guys are really geniuses, some of them, man. They're 16 years old, and they can get into Pentagon files.
Yeah.
Love to chat with one of them to get me some porn passwords.
Got an instant feedback. Here's an idea, Ant. Just have Norton come by the poker table and rip a good one. You win. It would be so distracting to them. They'd have to fold their hands and just walk away from the table.
Oh, you gotta let one fly while we're broadcasting live.
You don't need to
that
tell
would be
me that.
hilarious.
Get me a regular Starbucks with a little half and half. An hour later, the spoiled milk treats will be abundant.
All right, is Kelly coming in or what? We were finally going to do the HBO Dwarf audio.
My guess is that
he was supposed to be here at 7:30.
And my only guess, because Bob wouldn't miss this, my only guess is that he might be on a plane coming back from Vegas or something that was delayed. Unless he might have been on an overnight flight. The red eyes.
Bob always calls. We've tried calling him. So.
Oh, the delays. There were huge flight delays at the airport.
Yeah, thank God we weren't leaving today.
Yeah. I tell you one thing, we'd be in a heck of a way. Am I right or wrong, guys?
I think you're right. Yeah.
All right, well, we'll take a break.
Right or wrong, huh? Right or wrong?
Right or wrong.
We'll take a break. We'll regroup. Talk about maybe Hunter S. Thompson killing himself.
Offing himself.
Just absolutely shocking.
Yeah, what a shock.
It's about time, right? And Sandra Dee died.
Aww.
Whatever. And then we got to talk about the REO Speedwagon Journey Sticks cruise that you can take.
Oh, God.
Where is it? Up down Christopher Street?
How awful. You got to see the pictures in the paper today. They're just horrendous.
Is it really them?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get into the story next.
Never has the world needed an old World War II mine to resurface.
I like Sticks.
You do?
Yeah. Tommy Shaw, Dennis DeYoung. I don't remember the other two names, but Babe was the first song that I actually identified with a girl. I would walk around with it on my recorder and pretend I was singing it to Jill, who I liked.
All right, we'll talk about Jill.
I wasn't a faggot. I wasn't singing it to Joseph.
We'll talk about Jill. We'll play Babe, and we'll continue with the Opie and
Bob,
Anthony
I'm
program.
leaving.
Learn to play poker with the Opie and Anthony Show.
No. Oh, God. She spilled my chips.
I'm sorry, sir.
Now clean it out! That's right. Be a poker player, just like your father.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
Are you happy now, Opie? Are you happy?
The Opie and Anthony Show. XM 202.
Hey, Milton, what's up, buddy?
What's going on, man?
Hey.
What's going on, guys? Hey, Buttercup.
How you doing, Milton?
Good. I saw you last week actually a couple weeks ago at Houston Town. Fantastic show.
Where? Stress Factory. Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah, Stress Factory. Or the makeshift Stress Factory.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I was saying, I was out at DEF CON. That's the hacker convention out in Vegas. I was there a few years ago. A friend of mine was really big into hacking and stuff. Ironically, I work in the field of stopping hackers. but yeah, like they actually have like convicted felons who've been convicted of hacking into government files and whatnot, and they do speeches. They just come out and do lectures and show you exactly how to do it. And they have PowerPoint presentations. They give you a CD with PowerPoint presentations. It's amazing.
Don't they use a lot of those guys too? They employ ex-hackers to actually figure out how to block hackers.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Actually, hires like a bunch of them just because they can. Yeah. And that's the thing. Like all these 13, 14-year-olds, they don't mean any harm. They don't really want to fuck with anyone, but they just can. And that's the reason why they do it.
Dude, if I was that age, I missed that by a few years. For me, it was bricks through the windows and breaking bay windows. If I was 10 years younger, it would have been computer viruses.
That would have been great. Wish I would have known how to do it.
I knew some kid once hacked into what was called the Whopper computer. It's a master computer for the military, and actually had to play tic-tac-toe in order to stop global annihilation. Yeah.
Hello?
It's pretty amazing.
Joshua?
Oh, you heard about that.
Yeah. How about a nice game of poker?
They all laugh.
I can't find the story.
Which one?
I had it. I don't know where I
what story, Oak? We'll find it for you.
You could take a cruise with old bands.
Ooh,
and they
this
had
whole thing.
pictures of these old rocker chicks that purposely, went on this cruise to hang out with REO Speedwagon,
They
Journey,
dressing
and
up,
Styx.
Dressing up like they used to at the clubs.
Yeah, they got the bad hair and stuff, and
tight spandex.
And they had a picture in the paper of the girls getting their picture taken with like the drummer from REO Speedwagon, and they're all excited.
Oh.
And I guess you take these cruises and the bands play.
Great.
You got REO Speedwagon playing in the lounge area. Then you get Journey and Styx, and the people that go on these cruises, they're like, yeah, it's really cool because you get to interact with these bands.
Yeah, because you're on cruise with them, so you're hanging with them.
Right.
They can't run off somewhere. They're on a boat.
All of a sudden you go to dinner or lunch, whatever, and at the buffet there's the dude from Styx. It's probably all right, Eric. I ripped it out of there. That's what I was trying to tell you. So it might be in the office.
Hawk, find it, please, Frope.
Just take it out into the ocean and blow a big hole into the bottom and watch it sink beneath the surface.
That really should dock in Yemen for a little while. Steve Perry's waving at them as they come up.
A couple of rafts pulling up.
But it's these theme cruises that they're starting to take off a little bit.
Oh, yeah, because
and this is the
people
latest.
love nostalgia.
Here we go.
And they love a captive audience.
Here it is. Yeah, one for the photo album. Dave Amato, guitarist for REO Speedwagon, makes two fans very happy. Guests say the best part of the cruise was interacting with band members.
Yeah, it's not like just watching them and then they can leave and you could give them their privacy. We can bug them at dinner and breakfast and at the pool.
REO Speedwagon on lead vocalist and guitarist Kevin Cronin called the cruise the most positive experience he has ever had with fans. The concert by Styx included their classics as well as a Beatles cover.
Ooh,
there you go.
Classic.
These guys are selling out arenas. Now they're playing their hits on a cruise ship.
On a boat.
Too much time on my hands. Renegade was a good song.
Oh, you liked Renegade, did
Sure
you?
did.
Sure. Back in the day.
Ooh.
Yeah. Nice.
Lawman is putting an end to my running, and I'm so far
I'll say.
from my home.
This is where it jazzes up a little. You can really move to it.
Yep.
Oh, Mama,
not yet.
I can hear you crying. You're so scared and all alone. Hangman is coming down from the gallows, and I don't have very long.
So basically, you go on these 7-day cruises and
7 days.
7 days. Set aboard the Carnival Triumph and co-produced by radio giant Clear Channel.
Of course.
Clear Channel owns everything. The 7-day rock and roll holiday cruise departed Miami on a Saturday last November, headed for Mexico, making stops in Grand Cayman and Ocho Rios, Jamaica. But these sunny destinations were just backdrops for concerts by Styx, Journey, and REO Speedwagon, who would also be participating in Q&A sessions and mingling with us non-rock stars at cocktail parties.
Just put them all in wheelchairs and roll them off the back of the ship. Give them the old Leon Klinghoffer.
Playing the Achille Laurel this week. That's got to be great for the band. They're trying to eat, and everybody's got the same flu on one of those stupid cruise ships. 10,000 fat girls with the Norwegian cough.
They all got explosive diarrhea.
I'm going on a cruise. I'm going on one in March.
Are you going to get to see Journey without Steve Perry?
No, it's not one of these.
Oh, he's not playing it? He's not in it?
No, and supposedly they're the most popular band on the cruise.
I go on a
Journey without Steve Perry.
Royal Caribbean. Going down to the Caribbean.
Are you taking a first-class cabin?
Yes, a big, nice big balcony, the whole thing.
Nice.
I tried to get the bigger one, but there was a one with a grand piano in it.
Well, you don't need that.
Well, Joe could get in there and tickle the ivories a little. We can sing along.
Oh, is Joe going?
Yeah.
It's a whole family
The
thing.
whole family goes.
Very nice, man.
Oh, yeah.
Will Rotgut be playing on the cruise?
I don't think Rotgut will be playing. Although, me, Joe, and Dawn do get up there and maybe do some karaoke. Hello? Is this on?
What?
Hello? It's very funny. You watch Joe and Dawn do Sonny and Cher. Joe gets down on his knees to make himself look real short. Oh, it's a laugh riot. The whole ship just starts. Yeah.
Sounds wonderful, Anthony.
Amazing how much booze they put on those ships to make things entertaining.
Oh, my God.
No, it's pretty cool because you stop off at a bunch of these resorts, and instead of having to deal with everything, you just hit the beaches.
Yeah.
And then, you're in St. Martin one day, and then you're back on the ship, which is, your hotel. There's casinos in there and stuff, and then you're off to another location. Another cool beach resort.
I can't get into the cruise thing yet.
No?
No.
I didn't think I would either, but last one I went on, it was such a
I know, that's what everyone says. They
Yeah.
go, you can't even believe how cool it
Yeah.
really is.
And you got to pick, you can't skimp. That's the worst thing, If you're going to go, you got to really go for it and get a good ship, good cruise line. I heard Carnival's
Get a
little
window.
Yeah. Carnival's too popular, I guess. Royal Caribbean's pretty good. And, you got to get a cabin. You can't go, well, we're not going to be in the room that much.
Right.
Believe me. You're in there enough that if you're in the bilge with a little, with not even a porthole on the side of the ship, it's going to be a problem. Did Jimmy fart again?
Well, I actually walked out.
God damn, it didn't work.
I left the room to do that, actually.
I was wondering why you left.
You in.
I'm sorry.
Oh, come on, man.
I did leave the room, though. I was trying to
But
be...
it comes in with you.
I'm sorry, it's lonely.
It's trapped in your pants.
All right, I forgot to pad out.
Wow.
Pat out?
You got to pad a little bit, but I did actually leave the room to be a gentleman. I have to get the system
now
down.
you just infected 2 areas is all that did.
Do you understand? I've never tried to show that courtesy before. It's going to take me a little time
Thank
to
you,
to
sir.
learn this system.
Are we supposed to now thank you?
I think so. Thanks is in order.
Oh.
Yeah. Little 6th grade Jimmy Norton who just got his glasses with the little Superman insignia on each side. I had a little S because my grandmother thought it would be cool and I'd like it. Irrelevant old bag.
And this song reminds you of who?
Jill.
Jill.
I have a little recorder.
Nice. Oh, gay. Walking down the street with a recorder listening to
No, in school.
Oh, in school. Even better.
Babe, I'm leaving. I must be on my way. The time is drawing near. My train is going. I see it in your eyes. The love, the need,
I have
your
little kids' shirts to Jimmy and Jill on the back.
I'll be
that she gave me.
Without you, and I'll need your love to see me through. So please believe me, my heart is in your hands. I'll be missing you.
Yeah.
'Cause you know it's you, babe. Whenever I get weary and I'm had enough, feel like giving up.
Hey, everybody, we're all going to get laid.
That's the beauty of these love songs and stuff. It sounds all nice, That's why Team America was great with the puppet sex.
Oh, great.
Because they always show those love scenes in movies like, the couple kissing as the sun's going down and stuff. But when it comes down to it, it's all about the effing,
Sure.
You could sing this song to your little lady, but you're hoping for this.
I never did that with Jill.
Not with
We never even kissed. I tried to ask her, and
This is a giant cock.
After a rape, you go on breathing, you go through the motions of living, but your soul has been invaded and despoiled. To have on top of you a heavy, hairy, sweaty, stinking animal who thrusts his organ into your insides, who pushes and pulls and tears, pushes and pulls and tears, is the ultimate horror.
Know the feeling we're trying to forget. If only for a while. 'Cause I'll be lonely without
you. You'd be lonely without her, Jimmy?
I was in love.
Yeah.
Purest love.
Now we're having fun. Now we're going to do something extremely fun.
Babe, I love you.
What's her name? Jill. Jill. Jill.
I want to go home, please. Please.
It places the lotion in the basket.
I want to see my mommy. Please, no. I want to see my
Put the fucking lotion in the basket!
And I have to, incidentally, I have to finish that because when I was in 6th grade, Jill, I had kind of been my little thing since 4th grade.
Did she know?
Oh, yeah, she gave me the shirt that said Jimmy and Jill.
Stop it.
And we had never kissed, and I didn't know how to kiss a girl.
Yeah.
So I asked my father, Dad, I want to kiss this girl. I don't know what to do. And this is the advice. If you ever wonder, by the way, why I pay for prostitutes, you can trace it back. So I asked Dad, and Dad, I said, how do I kiss her? And he goes, here's what you do. You get real close and ask her if you can smell her breath. And when she breathes on you, you lean in and kiss her.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's the advice from Dad. Ask her if you can smell her breath, and then hit her with a wrench and bury her in a shallow grave. That was fine advice.
Did you try it?
In 6th grade, I knew that was horrendous advice.
That wasn't it, huh?
We were by a creek in Hidden Lake in North Brunswick, and I was a big Kiss fan. Everybody knew it, and I was such a fag. I didn't know how to ask, so I'm like, I want to ask you something. And she's like, oh, okay. And I'm like, I want to, well, you know what my favorite band is, right?
Ooh, those embarrassing moments of childhood.
And she pretended that she didn't know what I was talking about, and she just started skipping rocks.
Oh, boy.
And years later, we were...
Off your head?
Years later, we were talking. She's like, yeah, when you were a kid, you always had chapped lips. And I kind of tied it in. 10 years later, I realized.
Yeah, that would have worked well if she actually would have caught on to what you were saying. And
she knew what I was saying. She avoided it. And then I realized 10 years later it was because of my little chapped lips.
Oh.
Like she didn't remember that I'd asked her that. What a sap. I can smell your breath. I myself cannot. Miggs, he hissed at you.
What's going on, gentlemen?
You will let me know if Dennis DeYoung stops singing, won't you? Faggot I was.
Hey, Chris, what's up?
Hey, I went on one of these cruises with my parents. It was with White Snake. And when you're on
Wait,
ship,
White Snake Cruise?
Oh, my God. It was Little North. I'm not trying to use your word, but it was atrocious.
Did David Coverdale just go around having sex with everyone's girlfriend?
Oh, God. It could have been that good. They don't even use electric while they're on the ship. They don't use electric. It's all acoustic, which is a scary part.
Well, Sethridge,
and now my mom booked another one for who was it? Queensryche, you know who they are?
Yeah.
Silent
Queensryche
lucidity.
and Nelson.
Nelson.
And, she asked if I wanted to go, and yeah, I guess so. So we're going to go down to Houston and see Jimmy Norton in the Houston Improv instead.
No, that was
wasn't
the
that bad.
worst. That was the worst.
I know, I'm so biased.
That one stunk.
Why do you go on a cruise with your parents? You're hoping your dad passes out and you can dry hump your mother? Why would you cruise with your mom and dad? I say hi to my mom and dad on Christmas. I don't want to hang out in the ocean with them. Trying to get laid. You got your parents telling you how proud they are. You're a good boy. It's like, Dad, I'm working on this fatty. Can you
tell her you want to smell her breath?
Yeah. Tell her you want to smell the virus that she and the other passengers have. Maybe she could breathe it in your face.
Heidel on the instant feedback writes, how many times will some idiot ask Dennis DeYoung to play Come Sail Away on the boat until he jumps over the edge?
Oh, that has to be a really bad cruise.
You got to think that's the showstopper, though. All of a sudden they play Come Sail Away, and they're on
because they're sailing on a cruise
in the middle of the Bahamas somewhere.
Come sail away with Carnival Cruise Lines, everybody. Oh,
hey, where's Cartman's version of Come Sail Away? Are we playing it right now? Oh, here, give it to me. Give it to me.
The real version.
And what was
that version? Cartman's is really long.
What was REO Speedwagon's big song?
Time for Me to Fly, Roll with the Changes.
What's their
Riding the Storm Out. That would be a great one for a cruise ship.
Riding the Storm Out. If it was raining outside.
Why are we missing the big REO hit? What is it again?
What is that big hit?
Can't Fight This Feeling anymore.
No.
That was a big one.
That was big.
Quite a few.
What was a big song by the Little River Band I always liked?
They
had one song I really liked.
You liked the song from the Little River Band?
Who didn't? What was the big hit by that band, for Pete's sake?
Ooh. You were so embarrassing as a kid.
I was atrocious.
I know what song he's talking about.
Your bad music.
I was a boob.
Little River Band. I'll get in a second here. That's the
it's going to be the faggiest song ever, right?
I want to, well, you know what my favorite band is?
Lonesome Loser?
Yep, that was it.
I knew it. I knew it. This piece of crap. Hold on.
Have you heard about the Lonesome Loser?
Smells her breath and takes her log on his chest.
Have you heard about the Lonesome Loser? He's a loser, but he still keeps on trying.
He's a loser, but he still keeps on trying. Right. Yeah, now they rock.
Too bad Jill didn't see me later in the Lords.
Right, in the Lords.
I got some.
Hey, sweetheart, it's Mom. How are you? Timmy, I know this is a little awkward, but everyone's fine here. But we heard the radio show. We love it, by the way. And you were talking about giving up, the ladies of the evening. Which is a wonderful thing. But you know what? Dr. Phil always says replace something with something. So I was thinking, you have that nice gym downstairs. And, just for like 20 minutes to half an hour and you would feel better. Use that. And also there's gyms in New York you could go. You could exercise and you would feel a whole lot better. You'd lose a little weight, you'd tone up. And you relieve, tension and stuff, and you'd be meeting other people. I don't know, honey. I just thought it might be a good thing. I'm sorry, I'm interfering, I know. I'm thinking of you. Nobody knows I'm calling. So, don't get offended or think I'm strange, but I am a mother, and I worry about you. You're doing so well. Everything's falling into place. This might be just one of the, the health things. It would help you, sweetheart. Well, anyway, that's it. I'm not going to go on and on. I know it's not my business. But anyway, I love you, and I feel I can interfere because I'm your mother. I'm taking special license. But anyway, we're looking forward to seeing you at Christmas, and I really hope you can make it. And anyway, don't be mad at me, okay, sweetie? I love you. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Lonesome Loser.
Hey, come here for a minute, Jill.
Okay. Get under the porch.
It puts the Lavoris in the basket. It does this when it's cold.
What a weird way to get a girl to kiss you.
Ask her to smell her breath, and then she'll come over and go, and while her mouth is like agape.
Yeah, I suppose
You lean in and
blowing air out. I'm supposed to lock my mouth over hers. and then just tongue her until she passes out from the lack of oxygen.
Take a look at yourself.
Yeah.
Don't you want to be somebody, Jimmy? Someday somebody's gonna
crap on your chest.
You have to face up. You can't run and hide. Have you
Heard about the gig in Atlantic City? Tickets are on sale.
February 26th. Make sure you have the date ready before you plug and...
I knew you'd fill in all the gaps, Jimmy.
You forgot Ticketmaster, you silly goose.
Oh, the lonesome loser. Everyone on that ship. And this, and Journey's also on it, but not even with Steve Perry.
No.
It's like not even Journey.
Right.
'Cause he was pretty much Journey.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Hey, Kevin, what's up? Kevin? No? Oh.
Opie.
Sorry. Wait, go ahead, Kevin. No one heard you. Start
I
over.
said, how gay are you that you know every REO Speedwagon song off the top of your head, faggot?
Oh, yeah, because it's not like he spent years in music radio playing
I was
these
going to
songs.
say, I spent at least 10 to 12 years spinning platters.
Yeah. Spinning Hot Wax.
Hot Wax.
Keep on Loving You, REO Speedwagon's big hit.
Keep on. I'm going to keep. Oh, yeah.
That was a biggie.
That's a nice one.
Take It on the Run, Can't Fight This Feeling.
That's
Riding the Storm Out. They did have quite a few hits back then. What was it, late 70s, early 80s kind of thing for them?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This one. This was a roller skating song.
It's a nice song to slow dance to.
Would you like to double skate?
This cruise should be with the ship at full speed in the North Atlantic with all the lights out. Just
and they
hoping.
They play this as everyone's evacuating onto a boat.
Please. And the bands play on as it slithers beneath the icy waters. There were no survivors. Yeah. Yes. Can I please smell your breath?
It really was serial killer advice.
Remember. Shut up. What the hell was that all about? Together. People are getting so pissed we're playing so much of the song. It's like, come on, 10 to 15 seconds is enough. You gotta get to the hook. Crapping on you. Yeah.
How many weddings has this been at? Ooh, the dumb couple dances. 2 years later, he's belting her in the mouth.
Family looking on lovingly as they're dancing on the floor.
She's got a mullet and a bad mustache.
In no time, she's running to that family going, please, can I stay here tonight? I think he's going to kill me.
1 minute they're in love. The next minute he's kicking in the bathroom door. I just want to ask you, why did you do it? Why did you fuck them? I didn't fuck anybody. Sucked your brother's cock.
I just saw that movie last night.
I love this is the best part of Raging Bull. When De Niro, she locks herself in the bathroom and he knocks on the door. I just want to ask you something. Why did you do it? Why did you fuck them? Like he tries to be logical. Like she's gonna go. Oh, all right, Jake. Let me explain. De Niro's attempts at psychology as LaMotta were the best parts. He says to Joey, his brother, he goes, "Did you fuck my wife?" And Pesci goes, "What?" He goes, "Just tell me." Like, come on, just get it off your chest. It'll be fine. You'll feel better.
We'll have a couple of drinks.
Yeah, just tell me.
It'll be fine.
That awful pop psychology.
Oh, God. Just saw that last night.
A work of art. A work of art.
Without a doubt. All right, well, I don't know what we're doing on the show today. We'll take a break.
Yeah, right?
Try to figure this out.
I'll tell you what we're doing, Ope. We're having fun with a capital F.
We definitely are having fun. Yeah, we'll play a little bit of, Cartman doing Come Sail Away.
All right.
Just a little. But Anthony's right. The song goes on and on forever.
Forever.
I just don't get the Cartman thing.
No?
Nah, I'm not a big South Park watcher.
Yeah. Oh, Cartman is hilarious.
I know, everybody loves it.
I'm sailing away, sailing open course for the virgin sea. 'Cause I've got to be free, free to face the life that's ahead of me. And bird and the captain, so climate bird, we search for Mary on every shore, but we alert our care to carry. I look to the sea, reflections in the waves spark my memory. Some happy, some sad. I think of childhood friends and the dreams we had. We lived happily forever, so the story goes. But somehow we missed out on the part of girl that we tried best that we can to carry Yes, come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me. Come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me. Yes, come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me.
Life in corporate America can be a grind.
All they do is they remove the humor from everything.
And you don't want to worry about your behavior around the office becoming a problem.
I'm standing here with this erection feeling silly.
You're gonna need some sound advice
Talk less and suck more.
from a qualified professional.
I'm a stand-up comic who hates his own guts.
New from the HIV Corporation. It's the Jim Norton Sensitivity Handbook.
Sensitivity training. Maybe you could send someone from Human Resources in, and they can tickle my bag a little. I can go, ooh, very sensitive area, and then they can leave.
Jim will help you construct a business plan.
Greed is good.
He'll guide you through the hiring process.
Hire all fat chicks if you don't want them harassed.
He's also a whiz at customer relations.
Here's what you do, stupid. When they complain, you go, click. You take the phone, click.
Ladies will also enjoy Jim's wardrobe recommendations.
You send them to training to not have those big tits showing during the workday.
Jim is also an experienced marriage counselor.
How could you marry a chick that won't drink out of your mule?
And he can help mend even the most fractured of family relationships.
I killed my wife with a hammer.
And he'll also assist with time management.
1:30, Human Resources attempts to talk about sensitivity training. 1:35, they are wiping saliva that Jim Norton has spit on them off of themselves as he walks outdoor. End of meeting.
Call 1-800-LOG-DROP for the Jim Norton Sensitivity Handbook. Order today.
Meeting adjourned.
Opie and Anthony, XM 202.
Couple phone calls and then we'll move on here. Brad in PA. What's up, Brad? Hello, Brad.
What's going on?
What's going on with you, Brad?
Not much. I'm just calling in because I'm sick of hearing all these people bitch on how they think the show sucks and they should do this and they don't like Norton. Your show's great. You guys are in charge. I don't know why the fuck they feel that their input is needed on everything.
Check out the big brain on Brad.
Brad. That's like old news, no? No one's really bitching these days.
You still hear them. I mean, I only get to hear the broadcast, like when you rebroadcast them.
Maybe you were listening to a best of or something. We've moved on from the bitching part. That's
yeah,
right.
I just hear the bitching part. It just pisses me off because I'm sick of it.
Is that a big kahuna burger?
Say what again?
Mind if I have some of your tasted beverage to wash this down?
That was Frank Whaley. He was also in Swimming with Sharks, the one who got shot. And he tried stand-up comedy at one point. He came into the Boston Comedy Club, and I brought him on. He was actually a very nice guy.
Yeah?
And Voss was really rude to him until he found out that he was like a bona fide actor. They tried to help him.
Oh, trying to suck up.
Groveling ass.
He's the guy that every time I see him in another movie, I go, who is that guy?
Yeah, Frank
I
Whaley.
know him from somewhere.
He was great in Swimming with Sharks with Spacey. That's Spacey's best performance, I think.
Great in Pulp Fiction. That was one of the best scenes in movie history right there. Fantastic.
Did you see Swimming with Sharks? You didn't see it.
No, you talked about that movie about a month ago.
Oh, it's a good.
I gotta rent that one.
You guys got Spacey is so good in that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Benicio del Toro's got a little part.
What's the movie about?
About Frank Whaley plays like this guy who's trying to make it in Hollywood.
Did
He's
see
an
it.
intern. Yeah.
Yes. Wow, Spacey's a real prick in that one.
Spacey is this executive at a movie company, and he's look, I've explained this movie worse. God Almighty, Gene Shalit, I ain't. It's about a guy who has a phone and he talks on it, and then there's another conflict, but the credits are at the end. So, God, do I suck on ice?
Well, maybe we should just get Bernie Getz to do the movie review.
Maybe
for us.
Bernie Getz could do movie reviews. Wouldn't that be good?
He plays a big movie producer, and he's a vicious screamer.
Yeah.
And Frank Whaley is his intern and can't handle it anymore and takes him hostage at gunpoint.
Yeah. Very
It's
good.
great.
Yeah, well, you'd have to be a genius to think of getting Bernie Getz to do movie reviews, right? Because, I mean, the guy hasn't been seen or heard from in 20 years, aside from this program. 20 years, no one hears from Bernie Getz. He shows up on this show, and all of a sudden he's doing movie reviews on what station?
WABC.
Who's the unoriginal fuckhead that decided he's going to just take Bernie Getz and do movie reviews? Who's the guy?
I'm not sure. I read about it in the paper. That's why I asked him about it.
Unbelievable.
Was he supposed to do movie reviews on this show?
Yeah, he's supposed to be our utility nut.
Yeah, we talked about many ideas with Bernie. I think one of them was brought up that it would be cool to have him do movie reviews.
You know, there are plenty of things that happen in radio that people go, "Hoo, they're ripping me off, Robin," blah, blah, blah. And other jocks say that they're ripping off. But the truth of the matter is, a lot of it is just basic stuff that people do. There's common senses of humor and things that, people do the same thing. But I have to say, and I'm never one to go hoo-hoo, ripping us off deal. But for God's sake, Bernie hasn't been heard from in 20 years until we drag him on this show. And all of a sudden now he's going to be, the movie review guy. Unbelievable.
What if he's doing it on Curtis and Kubi?
I don't know.
Because one of those guys thinks one way, and the other guy thinks the opposite way.
Right.
And you get both points of view.
What a great dynamic that is.
Yeah, really interesting.
Yeah.
Ugh. Enough with stupid Curtis. I agree with him on most things, and I still like Kubi better.
Oof.
Yeah, the mobsters with the lobsters. We get it. You're a regular Joe. Shithead.
Let's go to Mike in Jersey. Mike?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey.
Hey, can you hear me okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, cool. The one news story that you guys have passed over during the snow coverage is the ass munch standing in front of the mounds of salt with the salt trucks. Every snowstorm. And in a couple hours, these guys will be outside. Hey, ready for the snowstorm? And then there's some schmuck going, yeah, we're going to be out there with the salt.
Yeah, the news program's doing the snow coverage today?
Oh, my God, it sucks. It's the same 3 stories every snowstorm.
And
They could just run the old tape and never change it.
There's nothing out there, by the
Nothing.
way.
Yeah, the
Nothing.
snow's melting fast, so I don't know why they're covering this storm.
How was it coming in from LI, Ant?
Don't know.
Oh, that's right, you were
Stayed
here.
in town. Haha, I was smart.
I thought of you. I'm like, I wonder if it's like, really
Thanks
icy.
for thinking of me.
Yeah, no.
No, I stayed in town.
Steve had a rough commute.
Did he
Steve,
really?
Yeah, he had to go out and shovel.
That's
sucks.
hilarious.
That's the problem with living in the suburbs.
Shovel, he just walks up and down his driveway and all melts away.
His boots.
It's amazing. His boots.
I thought I thought we weren't even going to do a show today. I was convinced Anthony would be stuck or somebody would be stuck.
On my vehicle.
And I signed in at 5, and you beat me in, and I'm like, what?
Yeah. I had a little short walk. That was it.
I wasn't sure if we'd do a show considering the rest of the country is off on President's Day.
Mm-hmm.
But then I remembered.
We're not.
We're a very dedicated radio program.
We work for a living. Are they off down there in D.C.?
Yes.
Like office
It's a company
people?
holiday, yes.
It's a company holiday.
Yes.
Yeah, they're out of Washington. That's what you do down there.
What about here at these lovely studios? Will people be showing up?
Well, the Oompa Loompas here.
Oh, I saw
He's always
Frank's
here.
place guy
Yeah,
when I
him.
came in, which was very early. He
Yeah.
was hard at work in the.
We like him now.
We
He's
like
a nice
him now.
guy.
I know. Yeah, got no problems with him anymore.
What do you think Eric Logan is doing on President's Day? Do you think he's looking in the mirror and realizing that his haircut is like Kim Jong-il? Wishing it was Dictator's Day so we could...
Spending the holidays admiring his hair. Yes.
Oh, that's a good visual, man. He does have the worst haircuts.
Oh, it's atrocious.
And they all just get worse and worse.
You really should be selling nukes to the Pakistanis.
I think it's actually a good haircut if he brushed it to the side, but it just falls really flat. His bangs fall flat in front of his...
If you brush it to the side and then cut his head off and put it on a Lego person, it's a perfect haircut.
Lego person.
Oh, that's funny.
People seem to be complaining about the bits that are running between our segments, during the breaks.
Right.
And I've heard that too. The comedy bits that are played. Like now it's Brian Regan. I've heard that one
I heard
a million times.
I thought they weren't doing comedy bits anymore.
No. We've almost got it fixed.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's almost fixed.
And then there's another one that, oh my God, I must have heard a million times, and I'm trying to block it out of my head.
That's why Jim's commercials are now running for Jim's shows, and Steve's. We got a bunch.
Yeah.
There's a Los Angeles promo. We just had to fill it up with content. But within the next few weeks,
It's like the same
Cook.
It's like 5 of them running. It's pretty much 5 comedy bits running.
Well, I've heard Dane's tickling bit like a couple times.
Monopoly.
The Monopoly
Yeah.
Dane Cook bit I've heard a million times now.
Yeah. Brian Regan, hook it on Pahanex, work it for me.
That was one thing I just gave up on months ago.
I know.
Gave up. I mean, we were talking about it over and over again, and no one could really figure it out. So I'm like, all right. We'll control what we can. That's what they say in Washington. There's things we can control and things we can't. I know what we can control.
This is in the bucket we can't control.
But I seriously, people think I bitch a lot, whatever. I do, but I gave up on that one, so I stopped bitching about that because I knew we weren't going to win that.
It'll be out soon, though. Ben says it'll be out soon. I believe Ben.
All
Ben
right.
does a lot of things. He doesn't lie.
Jimmy brought up that his father gave him advice on how to kiss a girl.
Yes.
With the smell her breath thing.
Yes.
And there's a lot of things that we haven't gotten to in the last month or so, and I just noticed that we have the Katie Couric thing still.
Katie.
The 411 on teens and sex. Anyone see this on TV?
Ooh. No.
Katie Couric got a bunch of teenagers from all over America to come to some kind of retreat area.
Teen sex.
And then just talk openly about, what's going on there.
They know exactly what to do. We said it in the past. We said it when we were working at NEW. Put teen in front of anything, and it makes it more gooder, and people will tune in. And they took the ball and ran with it there. Teen sex.
As long as you make it, informative in some way, you can get away with this stuff on TV.
Meanwhile, who's tuning in to get information from this? You're tuning in to hear teens talk about provocative subject matter. Like sex.
So I picked out a few clips here.
Oh.
Learning the terminology. So Katie Couric's sitting around just asking some...
Having a rap session with the kids.
Right.
About sex, learning some of the terminology. This way the parents will be able to hear this and they'll know what the kids are talking about.
Exactly.
And be hip and one of the...
Exactly.
This never works.
So the moms and dads out there can understand their teenagers.
That language you speak, I'm hep to it. I'm a hep cat. Ugh.
So learning the terminology of the teenager.
All right.
To walk in their shoes, you need to learn their language. Terms like hooking up, friends with benefits, And these days, the bases are a whole new ball game.
I'm Maya. I'm 14 years old, and I'm from Oregon. First base would be like kissing. Second base would be like making out. Third would be like oral sex.
Oral sex? The new third base?
Nice!
Yikes.
Yikes.
And she'd like spray her legs out on top of the table.
Almost every parent has heard some shocking story, but we wanted to get the truth behind the rumor mill.
Huh?
Wasn't that copping a field back in the old days?
Yeah,
third base?
Third base was just getting a little booby, I think, right?
First base.
Or maybe the top of the patch.
First base. Wait a minute. First base was kissing. Second base was feeling booby. Second base feeling booby.
What was third base?
Third base was finger, right? Getting your finger down there. And come on, home run. You all know what that is. So it was kissing.
Well, now it's
boobage.
Now it's blowjobs.
Wow, third base
is now blowjobs.
I would definitely sacrifice second base being feeling up if you could go to third and get a BJ.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That means a home run is more than just sex now.
Jeez, home run.
I think they upped the ante a little bit.
Home run is a dump on the chest.
Home run.
Jesus.
Regular sex with a finger.
It's like I don't know, sex with two of her friends.
Wow. Who knew, huh? And now here's Kirsten, 16, talking about oral sex.
Yes, it is Kirsten.
See, but it's informative,
Young
so they're allowed to
Kirsten.
have a teenager talking about oral sex on TV. See, we just have to be more informative.
When
here.
can we get 16-year-old girls in here to talk about sex?
Again. How about when we get back from L.A.? How about tomorrow before we go to L.A.?
Right.
No one really knows the impact the culture is having on today's teens. But one thing is clear, at least from our group, they're definitely not shy when it comes to talking about sex.
My name is Kirsten. I'm 16 and I'm from Georgia. I don't think that oral sex should be expected in a relationship, but unfortunately I think it is expected in a relationship.
Hey, good luck, honey.
Yeah. What a party pooper she sounds like.
A teenage dud.
She didn't sound like she was very into it. She doesn't think it should be expected, but unfortunately it is.
Unfortunately it is. So.
Yeah.
But I got news for you, sweetie. It's expected on the first date in the car. Dope.
All right, more. This is oral sex to avoid real sex and pregnancy, Anthony. That's why the kids are doing it these days.
Like, you don't want to be the person that's gone the furthest, but then you don't want to be the person that hasn't kissed or touched a boy. My name's Tasha, and I'm 14, and I'm from Wisconsin.
My name is Fenton. I'm 14, and I'm from Wisconsin. My name's Erin. I'm 14, and I'm from Wisconsin.
Erin, Seton, and Tasha are BFFs, best friends forever. They first heard about oral sex from classmates.
I was thinking BF.
Yeah.
BFS?
S.
BFF. S?
BFF.
Best friends forever.
Oh, yeah.
BFF. Yeah.
Should be BFFE.
Best friends forever, right.
Yeah, it's not best friends for.
Best friends for. ...
Around 6th or 7th grade.
I was like, ew.
What?
You put your...
What did I miss?
Well,
it sounds like it's gearing up to be good, though.
Yeah, something really good here.
Oral sex from classmates around 6th or 7th grade.
I was like, ew. You put your mouth where? Like, gross. Like, it just, at first it kind of disgusted me.
Now in 9th grade, they say they get why kids are doing it.
Yeah.
I think girls get pressured into it. Like, I think if their boyfriend wants them to have sex, like, they'll be like, no, but I should give you, like, oral sex. Like, I think some girls use it as an excuse. Like, to not have
Great
sex.
excuse.
And it's not just in Wisconsin. According to our national study, 40% of sexually active young teens have had oral sex at least once to avoid having intercourse. 68% also say they did it to avoid pregnancy. In fact, teen birth rates have declined in the past decade, thanks in part
To the
to
blowjob.
pregnancy prevention programs and AIDS awareness campaigns. Better sex education and more emphasis on abstinence seem to have influenced
Thanks to
teen
the
behavior
gulp.
too. So, has all this talk about the risk of sexual intercourse unwittingly encouraged teens to try oral sex instead?
Yes. Yes, it has. Wow. I don't know. That was, I'll tell you, back in ye olden days, it was a lot easier to get laid than it was to get a blowjob. Absolutely was.
In school?
Yeah, anywhere.
Maybe for you.
Anywhere. It was just easier. when you hooked up, it was much easier to get laid than it was to get a blowjob. Yeah.
50s
that might
stunk.
come after you got laid.
Yeah, but I think
What did you just say?
The 50s stunk.
Well, I'm not talking about the 50s.
I was saying
Are you
older days.
insane?
No, but I'm saying that's the way it was back then. You go out.
Yeah,
and
Jimmy, we agree. What?
There I am.
Yeah.
In
I
my
don't mean with-
T-bird.
Oh, I don't mean with you.
With your ducktail.
I don't mean you
My
guys.
leather jacket with Lords written on the back.
No, I don't mean you guys.
That's funny.
They shave their hair so it don't get in their eyes when they fight. Who, the Portland Baldies? No, the fat Bob Kellys. No, I was just saying in the 50s, you would marry these chicks, you knock them up, and you get married when you're 21. It's just awful. The Hummers are fantastic.
And I think oral sex is more popular these days because people are keeping it nicer down there, too.
Yes.
Oh, you think that's
oh,
has
my
something to do with
God,
it?
man. Dude, you've seen, like, the bush shots from, like, the 70s and stuff.
Yeah. Smelled like Tippy Tom's mouth.
Right.
Oof.
Seriously, though, man.
As a teen, did that really matter? Did that really matter at all? Especially teen,
It's all sweaty down there because it's all just matted hair and...
Did it matter? Not a bit.
Gotta, like, brush it aside to find the area.
Where is that? Where is it?
Just the worst.
Oh, jeez.
I used to perform oral treats on this girl who was like 15, and my friend was in love with her, and I would say, all right, man, just drive around the block. I'm going to talk to her about you. And then he would drive around the block, and I would perform oral treats on her.
Oh, you scumbag.
But they weren't dating, though. I was awful.
That's great.
And then one time she was going down on me, but I was really sweaty because I was drinking back then, so I was drunk. It was in the summer. And my balls reeked so bad, I actually put baby powder on them, but it became like pancake powder. And she started going down on me, and 3 seconds into it, she went... I was laying embarrassed on her. This was actually behind her house on her patio furniture.
Aunt Jemima sack. Oh, yeah, turn my mic off.
I didn't turn it off. You saw my hands.
You did turn it off.
Do you have a button over there?
No.
Dude, my hand wasn't anywhere near that. That was weird.
Huh.
Oh, Aunt Jemima's sack.
Yeah.
That's funny. All right, let's go back to the audio. This is a clip on wearing protection during oral sex, Anthony.
Goody.
Do boys wear condoms when they're having oral sex?
No.
I don't think they should, but they don't. They're like, what's the point then? You don't get any feeling, blah, blah, blah.
My name is Sable. I'm 15 and I'm from New York. Oral sex is sex. Like, I disagree when people say that it's not.
And 77% of the young teens we surveyed agree that oral sex is sex. But it seems it's not considered a rite of passage. More than half say kids who have only oral sex are still virgins.
You are.
Well, yeah. You know, until you jam it in there, it's pretty much virgin.
Absolutely.
Virgin.
So there's 25% of them that don't think it's sex. That's great.
Yeah.
Those are the ones you got to aim for.
That's terrific. That's terrific.
Girls like to give then receive, Anthony.
What?
They don't like guys going down on them.
Why?
These teenagers.
I know what guys want.
Whatever the reason, according to our survey, oral sex is almost always a one-way street.
I think the girls just want to get it done, get it over with, and have that be it. And just, I don't think they're comfortable enough to get it done to them.
And also, like, for a girl, like, you have to completely, like, you know, show everything.
Yeah.
Girls give it more because I think they're less confident than guys are. They're less confident with their bodies.
Yeah.
What is in it for the girls?
That he likes.
Yeah, self-esteem.
I think
Self-esteem.
yeah, like, oh, he likes me, and I really want him to like me, or like, you want to be popular and stuff.
You satisfy them, and if you have a relationship or you care about them, if you satisfy that person, it makes you happy.
Here's what's in it for a girl: a lip that isn't fattened, and stupid chick. The word is comfortable, not comfortable. Do you eat vegetables too, idiot?
Vegetables.
The pressure
In the
of the lights and
laboratory.
the interview. You know, Katie right there. She got a little nervous.
Well, that's some amazing information there. The girl's a little scared to show the snitch.
And they don't really get into doing the oral sex. They just want to get it over with.
But they want to satisfy their man, their boy. But they don't want to go down. They don't want the guy going down on them because they're not confident about their.
Well, if you think about it, you know, a guy could just kind of unzip.
Whip it out, and
the girl has to take off her, completely take off her pants.
Yeah. Unless you want that zipper mark in your chin. Smack down to your knees, could you?
Would you? Give me a little room here, would you?
Do you want to kiss me, or want to kiss you on the mouth?
Exactly.
All right.
I like how they say they do it for self-esteem.
That's perfect.
Wow, that is fantastic.
Well, when you're touching their head while they're doing it, you're saying, you're good, that's good. I mean,
Right.
You're kind of boosting their confidence.
Good girl.
Good girl. You never point out faults while they're doing that.
No.
You're a little tardy.
Let's see. Hooking up. Friends with benefits.
These current songs they're
But
using for
something
this
else is
segment.
going on in teen culture, and love has nothing to do with it.
Really?
Sexual encounters with no emotional strings attached. It's called hooking up.
Hooking up is kind of like a one-night stand. Like you just make out with him or her. You can do anything, but it's like a one-time thing.
Or friends with benefits. A friendship with sexual perks, but no commitment.
I'm Sam. I'm 16 years old, and I'm from Maryland. I think you could compare friends with benefits to the driving range. There's no commitment to playing around at golf, and you just go there, work on your game, figure out what shots are working for you, and practice up. So when you do go out there and play the round of golf, you got the practice in, you know what clubs are working for you.
How common is friends with benefits?
You know what would have been a great golf comparison if he said, you just jack off looking at her in a tree, then attack her in the driveway with a golf club with your family's name on it.
That was the worst analogy ever. It's like the driving range. Go down there, you grab your shaft, and then you can clean your balls later. What? That would have made more sense. What the hell he was talking about?
I don't know.
And is Katie Couric, was this really news that it's called hooking up?
Hooking up?
She sounds so out of touch.
I know.
It's been hooking up since I was in high school.
Yeah.
Since the 50s, Jimmy?
It's true, when poor Henry Winkler broke his leg. You all right, Butchie? Are you?
I saw you hooking up in Times Square after the war ended. Some nurse, you had her bent over kissing her. Telling her, can I check you for bad breath?
Yeah.
That is the worst.
Actually, back then it was, could you breathe in my face? Ask her if you could check her for polio. That's how you get between her legs. Just see if you could check her legs for multiple sclerosis. I want anal sex. All right, well, tell her you want to see if she has cancerous polyps. And put your finger in and then sneak it in there. Thanks, Dad.
Oh, that's great.
Get the ones with scoliosis and tell them you can straighten their spine out.
How do I ask for oral sex? Well, tell her you need to be checked for AIDS and just see if she'd pop on it for a second.
The worst sex advice from your
It's
pop.
horrendous. I would have had more respect for him if he said just belt her in the mouth and kiss her while she's passed out.
Like I did to Mom.
How do you think you got here, son?
Common is friends with benefits? Well, of the kids who are having oral sex or intercourse, about half of them say they've done so in a casual relationship.
My name's Gordon. I'm 16 and I'm from New Jersey. Having a crush on somebody, it's like you need to worry about if the person likes you back or if something could actually happen. It's nerve-wracking.
At this age, I don't want a really serious relationship. I'm 14. I don't want to stick with a guy for a year and a half. I don't know. I'd rather have fun and just be with other guys.
You nice 14-year-old slut, you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Making mommy and daddy proud on
what a
national
little
TV.
you a bag. Love it.
That household's going to have a lot more of Dad's friends that coming by.
Hey.
Unexpected. Hey, saw your daughter
Bob.
on TV.
Bob, figured I'd come over and go over a few things we didn't get to at the office.
Right.
Your daughter around? She's getting so big. Yeah. Make us a couple of drinks there.
Let's say hi to Liz in Florida. Hey, Liz.
Hey, guys.
What's up?
Well, I wanted to let you know the reason that girls don't want that they don't really care if you go down on them because they don't get anything out of it. They're too young unless they've been touched as a child, worked up when they were younger, they're not going to get anything out of someone going down on them when they're that young.
You think that? Wait. You're saying the girls themselves won't get anything out of it,
No,
matter how
they
good
don't
the
even
guy
know,
is?
they're not even in touch with themselves. They don't even know what's going on at that time. That's
I
why,
don't
because
think
you guys,
so.
It's not much for you guys to get off.
Liz, I don't think so. I think it has to do a lot with the guys don't know what the hell they're doing.
It's probably a two-part thing, but I mean, I'm 25, but talking with all my friends when we were younger. Now the girls now are doing stuff way younger than we were, but I don't think they're even going to know what's going on. You're right, the guys have less of a clue than the girls do.
Yeah.
But
You can't just jet your
they're not-
tongue
they
in and
don't
out of
even know
there and
what's going
expect
on.
to.
And you're right. I don't know if the guys even know what they're doing.
I tell you my technique, and this is what works. I stick my tongue out straight, and I don't bend it, and I just put it across the lips, and I move my head back and forth real quick. And they love that.
Well, that's good. That'll work.
Keep the tongue stiff. Don't move it at all. And make that noise and keep eye contact with it the whole time.
Yeah, she'll get off in no time.
You got to stop like every 5 seconds and go, "You almost there? You almost there?" They love that.
Great.
I put my pinky in and I move it in a circle real fast.
All right, Liz. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, guys.
You know how you can tell when they're almost there? When your neck is ready to snap and you're running out of oxygen.
That's true.
That's when they're almost there.
When your head looks like Omar after he was kicked out of the helicopter. If you can make her come, $5,000.
Andy.
Hey, welcome to the new millennium, boys. I'm 24 years old. I just started dating a 19-year-old, and it's a whole new world. I'll tell you, things that were impossible before are so easy. I start going down on her the first time I was going down on her, and she says, "Hold on, can I just blow you instead?" What do I say? Of course. Or what do I think? Of course. What do I say? Well, if that's what you want, sure. It's beautiful.
That's great. He just hangs up on
Dillweed from Florida writes, BFF, best friends forever, Jimmy, not BFFE. Forever is one word, you illiterate dolt.
All right, sorry, I'm not a 16-year-old chick. Maybe this guy knows that because he carved a heart in a tree recently. Fruitcake. You know what BFF is to me? Big fat fuck.
This is what first comes to mind.
Yeah, I picked up a BFF after a gig, and I couldn't meet anyone else. And I took her back. And then
monster.
DOIHF. That's dumped one in her face. And then L. SICL. That's lied so I could leave. And then I LHYC, pal. That's left her there crying.
LHT.
LHTC. Left her there
Put a
crying.
Y in there.
You did have a Y in there, right?
I thought you were very talented with
I
the
know,
way you
that
were
was-
just
that was-
I
rattling
was, so
off
I
of
put
those.
an extra Y.
Yeah, okay.
Quite brilliant. All right, teens not having sex, Anthony. There are teens out there that are not participating in this whole thing.
don't believe it. I'm Danny. I'm 13 and I'm from Maryland.
What?
I think the toughest.
All right, we
Wait
know
a
why
minute, what?
Danny's not getting laid.
Is that Danny I.E., kind of a girl named Danny? Danielle? That can't be a boy.
When do you think maybe Danny should lose his virginity?
As soon as possible.
If Danny wants to lose his virginity, he should just go to room 237. Have his little sweater torn.
You want some snatch, Doc?
Hand jobs, blow jobs, and 20 fingers in the ass.
My mommy says I'm not supposed to.
Who's Tony? He's the little boy that comes in my mouth.
That can't be a boy, Danny.
That's a boy.
Danny.
And that's the only reason why this kid's not getting laid, right? Or getting anything.
I'm Danny. I'm 13 and I'm from Maryland. I think the toughest part about being a teenager is the misconception that teens all they want is sex.
Apparently, that is a misconception. Our survey shows that 7 out of 10 teens between 13 and 16 are not sexually active and have pretty much stuck to kissing. It seems amidst all this candid conversation, there's a counter-revolution going on. Many teens today are just saying no.
I'm not like somebody that you can just push around. And like if some guy says, well, if you love me, you'd have sex with me. I mean, guys have been using that line since forever. And you know, if they loved me, then they wouldn't make me do it.
Would ya?
Yeah. Wait a couple of years there, honey.
All right, and then Sarah here, she talks about religious and oblivious.
Can I ask a question? Why do we root against the good teens?
And oblivious, huh?
We root against the good teens. The ones that aren't having sex, we're like, ugh, sticks in the mud. We're really creeps.
Yeah, we really are. Well, because we know how enjoyable sex is, and we want these kids to be able to
appreciate it.
Appreciate the joy of sex.
Good point, Ope. Good point.
They're going to be having it. They might as well enjoy it.
I stand corrected.
When you go to confession, you say, "Bless me, Father, for I have sinned," and you make the sign of the cross, and you confess.
Sarah, a devout Catholic, believes sex is for procreation. She wears a ring her mother gave her as a reminder of her faith.
I won't engage in any type of sexual activity till I'm married, and that my virginity is a extremely special gift that I'll give to my future husband.
What about kissing?
Oh, kissing, that's different. I mean, I'll kiss before I get married.
What about fondling?
I don't know what that is.
And Sarah doesn't mind not
Poor kid
knowing.
doesn't have an uncle
She
or a teacher.
deliberately shelters herself from too much information. She hadn't seen most of the explicit images that were the same old for this group.
I am so appalled. It grosses me out, and I had to look away. I didn't enjoy it.
Oh, wow.
What a goody two-shoes.
Yeah. Ugh.
You say, "Bless me, Father, for I have sinned."
Feel bad for the lucky fella that's going to marry her.
Oh,
eventually.
that's going to be a good one.
Oh.
Nice, tense. Like, she just tightens up when you climb aboard. You just feel every muscle tighten as she grips the bed with her fists. Okay, I'm ready. No, stop. Okay, no, go. No, wait. Oh, that's going to be fan-fucking-tastic. Like flat on her back, her fist clenched, grabbing pieces of sheet in her hand. Her head just turned to the side with her eyes closed, clinched shut, going, okay, all right, I'm ready, go. Wait, stop. No, ow! Oh, that's just going to be a treat for that poor bastard. Loosen up. It disgusted me. Oh.
Virgin on her wedding night. Next thing you know, she's in a car that's exploding outside. Good. Tuesday, Sunday, Friday, Wednesday.
Sunday. No!
Fabrizio.
Oh, what a mess.
Oh, that's fun.
What a nerd.
Just twitching in bed. Twitching.
She'll stop halfway through and have to call her mother.
Mommy, I don't like this. Mommy, it hurt. Go back in there and do your duty.
If it's your duty, it's like, do your wifely duty. Oh God.
That's what you do if she's a virgin on her wedding night, though. You just ask if you can smell her breath. And if she says, "What do you mean by that?" then you just jump on her and put it in because she's your property.
Oh.
That's what a wedding band is. You're a piece of property, toots. Now spread them and pump a kid out.
You know what you should probably do? This might sound cruel, but jam it in her ass first thing. And then when you flip her over and do it the other way, the regular way, it'll be like a breeze for her.
That's true. Nice bacteria transfer. Give her like trench box. She's got a disease in her vagina that only like North Vietnamese female fighters had from squatting in mud pits.
Old rice patty snack. Oh, God. That was horrible.
What's wrong with your wife's vagina? I don't know, but she's throwing a hat into a helicopter.
Well.
Yeah, that girl's going to end up like Stalker Patty, a 50-year-old virgin. Right, Stalker Patty, very religious And look where she is, 50 years old, virgin,
Yeah.
crawling around nude on our floor with a Krusty the Clown mask on.
Have you seen the video yet?
Oh, 8,000 times I watched that.
That video is classic.
Very classic. The number one comment on the message boards are people were pleasantly surprised at Patty's body.
Yep.
A lot of people said they wanted to watch it so they could retch. They were waiting to see a horror show. And they said, I was pleasantly surprised by Patty's tight body for a 50-year-old woman.
Sure.
You know what, Anthony? I think you're bringing up some memories for some guys out there with your
Virgin.
How a virgin acts on her wedding night.
Oh.
Let's go to Ken in Michigan. Ken?
Hey, Opie, Andy, how you doing?
Very good.
Anthony,
I can
Andy,
barely
whatever.
hear ya.
Andy?
Yeah, I know. It's a problem we've had that pretty much I've given up on that one, too. But
Oh, yeah, I got
because
married.
God forbid we bitch and try to make the show better. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Ken.
I got married to a girl who was a really strict Catholic, was a virgin to the altar. What about the worst lay of my life? I had a girlfriend on the site until I got there. And, oh, it was nasty.
What was it like that first night with the virgin
Oh,
bride?
it was like trying to stick a brick wall. You know, a cold block of ice.
Really? Was she scared and everything?
Yeah, I was. Well, you know, that first night was nasty. I couldn't believe it, man. Never again. Never again.
I think there's this whole thing where they idealize it so much, and so much time passes, and they're a virgin, that it doesn't become... In their mind, they want it to be, I'm finally with the person I love, and I'm going to give them this special gift. But the bottom line is they waited so long and built it up so much that there's more fear and anxiety in it than there is
And it's just going to be one
pleasure.
big disappointment, obviously, you know, because they built it up to this thing.
Right.
You know, mommy and the rest of the female elders of the clan telling them about how it's going to be, and they get their special lingerie all set for their wedding night. And
wear this when you walk out of the bathroom, darling. He's going to love it.
You know, at the shower, they get their special lingerie from that awful aunt.
All those little biddies.
Who think she's, you know, hip.
All the biddies sitting around when they open it up. She opens it up and holds it up. They all go, ooh, he's going to like that now when you can shut up.
Lucky him.
Oh, look at that. He's going to be a lucky man. No, he's not.
Who wants a virgin, a hymen? You want to pull out your mule and have a piece of onion paper on it?
You don't want that.
How do people not know you have to see if you're sexually compatible?
Right.
I mean, some people just, as much as I've dated girls, and as much as we liked each other, there just wasn't that compatibility with.
Yeah.
So what? It happens.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to marry someone and be stuck in that and then just cheat on them or be unhappy?
Yeah.
All right, let's go to Richard. Hey, Richard.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Hey.
I got married to a girl a couple of years back. I just recently divorced her, but she was a virgin when I met her. Her mom was a virgin, and her sister was a virgin. It was a really devout Catholic family. I met him at the Houston Improv, where Jimmy's doing a show this
Not
week.
even good.
24th.
I totally knew he was going there.
Did you really?
Totally knew. I could tell by his delivery. His delivery on the story wasn't good enough.
I actually did not even
Yeah.
notice it. Maybe I don't. Maybe I'm just so used to it. But I mean,
Yeah.
I did. The fact that he was mentioning me doing the Houston Improv this coming Thursday through Saturday, I didn't even connect.
Yeah.
These guys are ruining the bit by their awful presentation.
Well,
by
you
the
got
way.
to you got to take a lot of swings.
Roger,
before you
what's
get
up?
It right.
Yeah.
Hey, when I got married to my wife, she was 26 years old, and she was a virgin. And the first night was kind of just so, you know, nothing great.
Well, walk us through it, though. Was she, like, really nervous?
She wasn't terribly nervous because I'd rented her a video to watch, you know.
Oh, my God.
And,
Hold
Oh,
on.
boy.
Slow down.
I mean, it
Hold
was
on, bro.
so,
We got a red light right here. This is called a red light. You got her a video?
Yeah.
What was the name of the video?
I thought it was kind of one of them Dr. Ruth things that I actually found in a, adult video section.
And what did it have in it?
How is she supposed to
Just had
take
the
care of
face.
you if she doesn't know what the hell's going on?
And she kind of knew, but she wasn't totally for sure, and I was afraid she'd be, you know, too nervous and everything, and I didn't want her breaking down and crying on me and all that shit.
She got her throat yogurt.
Yeah,
What was that?
Teacher.
Yeah, so what was on the video?
Just your basic sexual stuff. It was kind of, I think, meant for like a home ec class or something that they'd show you in high school.
Oh.
I don't really remember what the name of it was. It wasn't nothing, real sleazy and erotic or nothing.
So you prepare her with this video that you got. Your vagina. And then what happened?
And we had sex, she was tense a little and everything, but it went all right. But it was like the next day, she was like, well, other than it being just a little painful, the first time, I don't see what I was all that worried about.
What?
And then, man, she laid it on me. For the next 2 years, I kept getting fired from jobs because I wouldn't show up because we was in bed having sex.
Oh, nice. Turned into a nympho, huh?
It was something else. I'd get hired at one job and, not even show up the first day, because she was putting it on me.
So you'd have sex with her. Would she close her eyes and then you just talk to her and she'd pretend you're gym neighbors?
No.
Every time she was going to come, you'd sing, "Oh, my papa," to get her to hold off?
Yeah, but she, it was kind of cute because she never cusses or anything. She was a Christian, but she would be like, "Ride me, big boy," and stuff like that, and think that was really, sexy.
That rocks.
Ride me, big boy?
Yeah, and just...
Ugh. Let's hold on, I have to shit is sexier.
Like, what in the hell is that,
Ride me, big boy. Yuck. So how long were you married to Mae West? If you don't mind me asking. That stinks. Ride me. I'd be more turned on if a woman was fucking me, telling me how her mother had breast cancer. That would be sexier than "Ride me, big boy."
Nice to know she gets her hot lines from episodes of Mr. Ed.
Phone or something.
What's that?
Yeah, all right,
Ride
Roger.
me, big boy.
Thank you.
Out, guys.
There he goes. There goes Roger. We'll take one more here from Richard. Richard, what's up?
Yeah, I married a religious Jewish girl, and 2 years I was married to her, and she kept saying to me, before we got married, "Don't worry, it'll be worth it." And in the wedding night, I came out of the bathroom, and she said to me, "Not you."
It might. And then he turns the radio up to hear his joke.
Yeah.
Hey, Brett.
Hey, boys, what's up?
Help us out. What do you got?
All right. So my girlfriend, she wouldn't do a thing. We didn't do anything but kiss. I had already had sex at that point, so it's killing me. I'm maybe copping a little over the sweater, and she would still spend the night. That's why it just sucks. So I'm lying in bed, we're dead asleep, and I wake up. She's kind of feeling around down there. I'm hard as a rock. I didn't even know what was happening, and I wake up, don't really let her know I'm awake because I don't want to freak her out, and she'll stop. And so I finished up. She finished up. She stopped, and it wasn't mentioned in the morning. I tried, next time we were hooking up, I tried to get her to head that way again. She wouldn't, and it was just never acknowledged.
What, for oral? She was doing oral?
She was just a hand job.
A handy.
So, wait, did you eventually have sex with her?
No, never. And to this day, she's a virgin.
If I were you, everywhere we went, I just would have pretended I was sleeping. If you wanted a Hummer in the car, just drive and go.
Hey, Eric.
Yeah.
Nebraska checking in. What's up, Eric?
Hey, guys. Hey, when my wife and I first started dating, she was 31 and a virgin, and she said she was going to save it until our wedding night. And, and I kind of respected her, but 2 days after after we got engaged, I went over to her house, and she's like, "Come here, I want to show you something." I was like, all right. We walked in. We went downstairs in the basement, and it's like she just shoved me down on the couch, and she's like, "I can't wait any longer." I was like, it just happened that night. I mean, and it was, she turned into like a total sex fiend since then.
She was 31?
Yeah, she was 31. She just, she had never really dated. She had gone to college. She had worked and everything else. She just, she never really had an interest in it.
All right, I got to go to Danny. Thank you, Eric.
All right.
This could be a good one. And then we'll play the last clip from Katie Couric. Danny.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Tell your story.
Yeah, I was with a girl. This was a couple of years ago. It was the first blowjob she'd ever given or anything. She just busted out and started crying right in the middle of it.
Hot. That is great.
So what did you do besides come?
Did she give you a reason why she was crying?
No, I just tried to calm her down some, but it didn't seem to work. She just kept crying until she went home.
Did she finish?
It might have brought back some crazy memories.
You think?
Yeah, wow, you're good, Hope. You should be a psychiatrist.
I'm Columbo.
Sigmund Hughes, that was really amazing. She was crying. There must be a reason.
Perhaps there was an earlier abuse that she felt. That proton came flooding back when she was sucking your cock.
Very good.
All right.
Wow, that's got to be something. All of a sudden, oh, this is great. Yeah, you're getting a little... What the... Is she crying? There's no crying in blowjobs.
Well, she was crying over him, crying.
A musical interlude.
Sure was.
Like that. That's very nice. Sure. Grabbing his nipple.
That was the song. Yeah. I love it.
Would you?
Tucks it back angrily.
All right, here's the last clip. Katie Couric talking to the teens about sex.
How much do you talk to your parents about what you're doing sexually?
Not at all.
Yeah. Like my mom, she doesn't always make it easy. Like it seems like she'll like, why do you like, why? And the way she says it, it's like she's criticizing you, and I can't always take her criticism, even though it's like in a good way.
Well, I think it's just some things you have to keep private to yourself.
Yeah.
Maya?
The judgment thing, like I don't want her to put judgments on me. More, I don't want her to put judgments on my boyfriend, because then it'll limit like my freedom with him.
What other advice would you give to parents? Because I think all parents out there, myself included, we want to have a close and open and honest relationship with our children, and we want to help them make the right choices.
I think it's up to the parent to dispel and go over everything with their child and say, you shouldn't call people this, or have some self-respect. I mean, I think it's one of those things where a man needs to teach his son that being a man is not sleeping around, and a woman needs to teach her daughter to have self-respect. It doesn't necessarily mean to limit what she wears or whatever, but to have self-respect.
You can advise them of the negative consequences, and you can tell them why you would think it's a bad idea. But if they think that by them coming to you, all you're going to do is be like, absolutely not, you're grounded, you can't leave the house, so you don't do this, then they're not going to come to you.
What if some of your behavior needs to be judged?
Yeah. If I told my parents, I was going to have sex, then I'm just going to go, oh, have fun, honey, here's a condom. It's not like they're just going to say that, but then they're not going to, sit there and yell at me and make me feel bad. They would talk to me about it and explain the consequences to me. But how many parents do that? That's mine. Mine does.
Well, I was going to say that, it's hard for a kid to volunteer that kind of information. Yeah. So it's important for the parents to create an environment where they can ask a kid and the kid can feel comfortable, if not telling everything, at least sharing something.
My mom knows everything that I've done with anyone because, I know that she will support me. Even if she doesn't approve of it,
Stop
I know
whining.
that she's still there and she cares. And that's
Stop
the
whining.
parent that I think that every kid needs.
1, 2, 3.
What's more, these teens say parents shouldn't be afraid to be upfront about what they did or didn't do when they were young.
Everyone says it's so bad when people say, parents are like, oh, don't do what I do what I say, trying to have a double standard. But honestly, everybody makes mistakes. You should learn from their mistakes. Parents should share their knowledge and their wisdom and their experiences with the kids, because that's who you're going to listen to.
Stop whining.
That's stronger than any message that you can get from a music video or anything.
Stop it!
Parents don't know it, but I think they do have a lot more influence on us than anything else.
Stop whining.
Sorry, that was boring, that clip.
Little psycho babble in there.
Yeah.
They like to lump it all into one category. Kids that are having sex or not having sex. Believe it or not, you can be a teen and have sex responsibly. You don't have to, be the slut or the guy that's sleeping around or everything, but you can have sex, and it's not like a bad thing. You got to run home and then tell your mom that you're having sex, and her thinking, you're a slut, or, that you're a guy and you're going to get every girl pregnant and everything. I think most teens that are having sex are doing it pretty, fairly responsibly. I think there's those fringe ones that are just sucking and fucking everybody in school, not using rubbers, stuff like that. But I think for the most part, you have a relationship with somebody, whether it lasts a couple of months or longer or shorter, and then you wind up having sex with them. but you're worried about her getting pregnant. You're worried about diseases. You're worried about things like that, and you use protection. And it's, it's not just you met at at school and decided to start having sex. I think they're kind of lumping it all. They're making it pretty black and white there,
Well, you can't teach that kids are having sex responsibly because society is not ready to hear that. It's like when Jocelyn Elders tried to talk about masturbation. They crucified her.
Yeah.
We are a very repressed sexual society.
You're right. They don't want to hear that. People don't want to hear, parents don't want to hear that, your kids are having sex, but they're probably, having responsible sex, limited, not, she's not the town slut. But her and her boyfriend have decided they're going to have sex together. But they don't want to hear that. It's either, don't have it at all, or you're a fucking slut.
And the school tries to give out condoms to prevent teen pregnancy and AIDS, and the church fights it. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, protecting guys like Paul Shanley, who had been raping boys, shipping them from parish to parish. They're protecting rapists, and the schools try to give out condoms, and the church sticks their dirty, no tax-paying, meddling fingers into it. Makes me nauseous.
No tax-paying. Now I am upset with the church.
Well, they're tax-exempt.
Bastards.
Sickening.
Yeah.
Let's go to Steve in Queens. Steve?
Yeah, how you doing?
Hey.
Hi, Anthony. Hey, sweet kids.
Hi, Steve in Queens. Welcome to the
Guys?
program.
Yeah.
I can just about hear you. Listen.
Yeah.
On my wedding night, right?
Yeah.
My wife was a virgin, been going out with her for years, and that night she was just too busy to have sex because she was going through the envelopes finding out how much money we made.
Oh, my God.
And she was a virgin?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so instead of her first night being in bed with you having sex, she decided to see how much money?
That's how badly she wanted to have sex with you.
Wow. That's it.
So what happened?
Wonderful gift that she saved.
I was getting her breasts at the time.
What happened to this marriage?
Oh, well, after about 7 years, we broke up.
Yeah, that's obvious. Wow. I mean, on wedding night, and she'd rather open envelopes than finally bang,
Yep.
That should have been a sign right there.
Did you look through the envelopes and go, 20, 30 grand in small bills? If this was anybody else's wedding, my own.
Yep. Well, I guess it'll punch out before.
All right, we'll punch you out there. Let's go to Sal in Staten Island. Sal?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
I have a kind of same story, but I was the first guy that my girlfriend had after she was raped.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So it was almost the same thing. She was always worried about what was going to happen, what was going to feel like, and it was pretty strange.
Wow.
And it took a little while, actually, maybe a couple of months or something before she finally was ready to really get into it, But we were trying all that time, and it was pretty bad.
And you'd get close and she'd stop it?
What?
You'd get close, like maybe you'd kiss or whatever, and she would not be able to go through with it.
Yeah, yeah.
You ever say something sarcastic, like, what do I need, a gun?
Oh.
Yeah, that's got to... Wow, man, you got a lot of patience.
Wow.
Good for you.
Yeah, it only lasted a few months. Actually, I sent you guys a fax years ago about how I could break up with her, and I had used that rusty trombone line. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Yeah, of course.
And
because we've only had a million callers since then.
How to do it and everything, and when I got into position, she just got turned off and ran out the room.
You were trying to get her to give you a rusty trombone?
No, that's how I got her to break up with me. Because I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to be another guy that screwed her over.
Right.
So I said, since we're trying, we got through the sex thing, now let's try other things. And I explained how to do the rusty trombone. And I got into position and told her, start doing it, and she just freaked out and walked out the room.
Oh, so you were trying to be a nice guy, and your idea of being a nice guy is kneeling on your bed with your asshole up in the air and asking her to lick it and tug your mule while she's trying to fight the memories of being attacked in an alley. You really are a good egg. What a catch.
Well, I gave her the choice.
Of course you did. You're a good person.
A rusty trombone is best with a filthy whore. She'll reach around and get you off with her hand.
All the while she'll lick your spot by your tiny balloon knot. Hope you didn't eat too much bran. A rusty trombone may not be moral. While I think this sounds kind of gay, I'd rather get some oral with the finger up my butt. But that's me, what the hell, I'm a nut. Come on, honey, start the music. Yeah, you play that well.
There you go. I haven't heard that in quite some time.
A long time.
The old rusty trombone song.
Play that on commercial radio today, a $500,000 fine.
Yep.
There you go. That's why satellite radio is the place to be.
You bet.
So we go to break, Anthony. One more clip about being a virgin.
Yeah.
Let's play this, and we'll wrap up the Opie and Anthony program for today. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
I've got big plans for my future. A good college, a career, maybe even my own business someday. But one thing I'm not planning on is getting pregnant. That's why I choose anal sex. I mean, sure, it hurts a little, and I wind up walking funny for a day or two. But I think my future's worth it. Anal sex, the smart choice for your future.
It's the Opie and Anthony Show. Your home for good, clean, wholesome family entertainment. Wow.
That is such a long way to go just to say.
It's the Opie and Anthony.
Hey, yo, check 1, 2. This is Flavor Flav, and you are listening to Opie and Anthony right here, boy.
You want to hear a cute story?
Yes, Anthony, yes.
Gal flushed Beau's genitals.
Oh, my God.
Yes, from Anchorage, Alaska. Police said a woman upset about an impending breakup with her boyfriend cut off the man's penis and flushed it down the toilet. Utility workers recovered the severed member Sunday morning, and surgeons reattached it.
Ugh.
They actually got it.
Wow.
From flushing it down the toilet and reattached it. 35-year-old Kim Tran was charged with first-degree assault, domestic violence, and tampering with evidence. She was jailed. At the arraignment, she requested a Vietnamese interpreter. So I guess she's a, Vietnamese broad.
If he's Vietnamese, it's a miracle they found it.
She dropped the 44-year-old victim off at the hospital shortly after midnight. The two had an argument over a pending breakup. At some point during the argument, the pair decided to have sex. And
that's a smart move.
Yeah. See how stupid guys are? Sex? Oh, okay. The man agreed to have his arms tied to a window handle above their bed.
What an Einstein.
Shell said, a spokesman said, the woman pulled out a kitchen knife, severed the man's penis, then flushed it down the toilet. Officers arrived at the couple's home and found the woman cleaning up the bloody scene. Utility workers recovered the man's severed member, and surgeons were successful in reattaching it.
Where did they find it? In the sewer?
I guess they had to pull the toilet apart and look for it in the pipes.
I heard they found it. I heard an ant was carrying it over his head. Do you think he's laying there and she walks over with, what do you think she's doing with that knife? You think she wants a piece of cheese?
She's taking the knife out. You think she's going to cut off my penis?
Oh, wow. That's rough, man.
You think?
Oof.
The horror he must have felt seeing this psycho. You think he tried to kick her a few times first?
Oh, you gotta, move around trying to get a...
Do whatever you can.
And then to hear... and know that your junk is just being flushed down the bowl.
What do you think she said when she came out of the bathroom?
Oh. with that annoying Vietnamese voice. VC! Shoot her in the head.
Before we get out of here, we were talking about the Stark and Patty video that's now up on FoundryMusic.com and OpieandAnthony.com. That was just a lot of fun on Friday. Stark and Patty doing a lot of crazy stuff for money.
Sing to your penis, Elias.
You know how we...
You see them balls come apart, man?
You know how we were thinking...
How the gook laughs at you. You cut off your dick.
But she's the one that blew Manny. Let's do it. Let's castrate the whole fucking village.
You know how we were trying to find a third thing for her to do?
Yeah.
On Friday, and the Cherry Darts, I think, was not the greatest grand finale.
Yeah.
We've done better in the past.
Sure.
I was thinking on the way home we should have had her do a lap dance to Jimmy.
Oof.
Why, you gonna give us $100 each?
It could have been funny though.
Yeah, doing a lap dance.
If she did a strip tease for you for a whole song.
Dude, you let me know when you're gonna do that. I'll pop 100 milligram Viagra the night before, and I'll wear sweatpants in here and let her do a lap dance. I'll wear like silk boxers and sweatpants.
I was thinking, well, you could get like a professional. Maybe if Patty's hard up for money again, we get a professional to teach Patty maybe in our office for like an hour or so, and then eventually they come in and Patty does her thing.
Very good. She'll be schooled in the art. She'll do anything for a couple $100. Forget about it.
Yeah, we learned that.
We'll come up with a couple of $100. She'll come in here and do anything.
The other thing I was thinking, it brought back a memory. I think we got to bring back the Money Snatch game.
Money Snatch was great. What a fun-filled family kind of game that is.
Where are we going to get the money from, though?
Will
XM give it to us?
XM? They have to.
They got petty cash?
How much did we use last time?
At least 1,000, if not more.
Was it 1,000?
It might have been like 2,000. I think
like
it was $2,000. Yeah.
Wow. NEW fessed up with $2,000.
Oh yeah.
And we used singles, 5s, 10s, and 20s.
Mostly ones though.
Yeah, bunch of ones. And then we laid them all over the studio, hung them up, and we had how many girls?
5 or 6 probably.
Yeah.
About 6 maybe.
5 or 6 girls, completely nude, and they went around and picked up as much money as they could hold. Not in their hands, mind you. They picked it up with their hands, but they had to store every bill that they had picked up in their snatch. So what they would do is pick it up and roll them really tight, then keep rolling and rolling and rolling until they had a big, thick wad of cash, and then they would shove it in there and have to hold it in there, and they'd have to stand there.
Yeah, because at the end of the time they had to drop whatever money they had in their hands.
And just stand there with all this cabbage cash sticking out of there.
It was our take on the wacky radio bit that a lot of morning shows do, where they throw some fat slob in a bank vault.
Yeah, and then blow the money around, and they have to pick it out of the air.
Yeah.
And when they actually pull the money out, it looked like it just went through that thing in Poltergeist, like a tennis ball.
And whatever they had on their body, they got to keep.
Yeah.
There was a couple twists. We had a leaf blower blowing the money around as they're trying to grab it.
I remember Rick going around with that damn leaf blower, blowing the money around. So they're running around with money jammed in them, trying to pick up more money with their hands.
Yeah.
We had condoms, too, if they wanted that for hygiene purposes.
For hygiene.
We kept it clean. It clean. It was so... Remember how they were all messes, remember?
One girl was...
We were all excited, like, cool, we get to see 6 naked women in the studio today.
Oh, they were
They were
worst.
awful. And then
Just
remember the one
messes.
girl in the corner counting her winnings, crying?
Crying. And we asked her, why are you crying? And she said, because now I could buy my child Christmas presents. What an O&A moment that was. What a heartfelt moment that was as we laughed at her.
Yeah. Yeah.
And here she is shoving money in her snatch so she could buy her kid presents.
Didn't we disqualify one girl because she... What did she do wrong?
She didn't. She was holding it with her hand. She didn't stick it up her snatch.
Yeah,
She was yelling at us. She was like getting really belligerent and stuff. Steve C had to come in, I think, and remove her.
Yeah, they were drunk, some of them. It was just an awful
They had
scene.
to get drunk and
the
drugged
smell
up
in
to
the
do
studio
that.
was awful that day.
Oh, smelled like ass.
Smelled like 55-gallon drum challenge.
It was just ass.
Oh, there's pictures up on FoundryMusic.com.
Of course there is.
Of this.
Of course.
I don't know how you would ever go there and find it.
You're never going to find it.
What do you do, Eric? You just punch in Money Snatch?
In the search, yeah.
Search engine on FoundryMusic.com and write Money Snatch.
Good luck.
You see pictures of the dollar bills like hanging from the ceiling and stuff.
Get to some of the girl pictures. Let me see that. I want a memory. Yeah, their faces are blurred. No, that's actually how they looked. Wait a minute.
Well, that girl
doesn't
looked
look too bad. What happened? Is this the money snatch? You sure? Because
Yeah.
the girl behind her don't look all that bad either.
Well, they still have their bras on.
Yeah.
I remember that day. I remember that, you know, they all looked pretty good in their bras and stuff. But
Yeah,
for
bras and
whatever,
panties.
For whatever reason, all of them had really bad droopy boobs as soon as they took their bras off.
Yeah. Look, she
Wait,
don't
that
look
one's
bad either.
hot.
What the hell happened here?
Man.
Why are we recollecting this?
Because we haven't seen naked women in a while, so.
Wow, you're right.
Because
That's probably it.
I think we finally got so jaded. We saw so many naked women that our standards got a lot higher.
Oh.
And now that we haven't seen as many, they look really hot, right?
Yeah, they didn't look bad. But I remember them being really bad.
Yeah, so do I. Well,
We kept saying in front of them, we were like, yeah, no, one of them was really hot, just so they could all have that element of doubt and think that maybe they were the ones we were talking about, but none of them were hot.
Well, we're going to have to bring that game back. We're going to have to figure out the details.
Money snatch.
Is that Jim?
Yeah, he was hanging the dollars over his crotch.
Oh, that's right. Jimmy was hanging dollars from his
Was
crotch.
it?
Yeah, there's a
Let me
picture
see
of
that
you.
picture.
Looking a lot thinner.
Back in the old
by
days.
the way. Not to rub it in. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
Rub it in.
Can't see if I was thinner.
Yeah, you can in
Wear
here.
baggy pants and shirt. Yeah, your belly, you think?
A little bit.
A little bit.
Look at him. Yeah.
So we'll have Ben talk to the lawyer lady down there in Washington, see how we could pull this off for some lucky contestants.
For money snatch. Do it again? Sure.
We should do that from a stage, actually.
You think? Go out and take it on the road?
I'm starting to think we might have to, like the old days, get that first road show under our belt.
Wow, a road show.
We don't have to go, big venue.
High production values.
We'll just go with a small venue, and we could do little things like that.
Oh, yeah, look at her cans. Yeah, those
See?
are awful.
That's the same girl that looked
Yep.
hot with the bra on.
I'm sure they'll promote it really well.
All right. Well, we'll figure out the details. Maybe we could do Money Snatch very soon on the
See
Opie and
Rick in
Anthony
that
program.
picture, so eager to be fired.
All right. What do we learn's coming in?
Yep.
Oh, what I wanted to play though. Chemistry came up with something. It's okay.
Uh-oh.
Chemistry from whackbag.com. He took the Stalker Patty audio and he mixed it into some kind of porno.
Don't mind me.
And
That's
this
a yawn.
It's okay. And this is what he came up with. Take a listen.
Oh, wow. You weren't lying, were you?
I'm hungry for a big fat juicy cock.
Deep throat that whole thing? Look at that. What do you know about your neighbor going all the way down?
Oral treats.
Not what I expected when I woke up this morning. It's gonna swallow you up, son.
Oh, after I suck you off, I want you to stroke me
Why?
and bang me up the ass. I'm hungry for a big fat male cock.
Just gonna give you an extra inch.
Oh.
What's that?
Oh, God.
This is there, I think.
No.
Yeah.
The penis. Oh, my God. Oh, look. Try me if you got the balls. Penetration.
That's up to par, huh?
Yeah. Shoot your big wad of cum right into my mouth. Want to play with you?
Don't say so. We might let you put those two beds together. No shit.
Put it between the boobs.
Hey, that's not bad.
That's pretty funny.
I gotta say, without the awful Patty, that is one of the hottest porno clips I have ever heard. How sloppy do those treats? Hey,
That's very
chemistry, I'd love
sloppy.
to know what the name of that film is. Wow, is that, you hear that? That's the way it should sound.
Sounded like sex with a retard, though.
Well, who cares? That's what it should sound like, a retarded kid eating an ice
Doesn't
pop.
look bad.
These girls weren't that bad looking.
The one on the left looked
Still
not
looking at
too
the picture
shabby.
from Money Snatch.
Didn't look too bad. I don't know what happened.
Money Snatch 2002.
I
yeah.
just remember them being really awful.
God, 2002, we did a lot of
Yeah.
really bad stuff.
Yes, we did.
There was just one bad one, I think, but most of them were pretty cute.
All right. Would you? CJ.
Hey, what's up, boys? Good morning, beautiful B-Cup. How are you?
How you doing, Sugar Tits?
All right. I learned today that Jimmy and his friends fit in a little cup, punching out.
A little cup.
Oh, look at this mess.
Oh, that was a mess. Oh.
She's got moose noses for breasts.
Look at the big ball belly. Pubes that look like she's wearing a fur bikini.
She looks like Phil Spector.
That's just awful.
Oh.
Let's go to Michigan and say hi to Hollywood.
Her body looks like the Grimace.
Yeah.
Doesn't it look like the Grimace?
Wow, Eric.
I learned from Jimmy that there's a new ant delicacy, severed Vietnamese penis. Mm-mm.
All right. Thank you.
Oh, that reminds me, I gotta get the crash.
Yeah.
I got the crash template on.
Mike from Atlanta.
What's going on, O&A?
What's up, Mikey?
I learned that Jim Norton and a girl Hyman have the same nickname, that's Onion Skin, and that a good blowjob should sound like a retarded kid with a lollipop.
An ice pop, sir.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anthony from West Orange. He learned if you F your girl in the A and then in the pussa, she gets trench box.
Does she?
Boston Strangler from Whackbag. I learned today that Bush from the 70s smells like Tippy Tom's disgusting AIDS-filled mouth. Jim from West Virginia. Today I learned that if 7,000 listeners send Martini Steve and an e-card with $1 attached to Steve at FoundryMusic.com, Steve can buy the item on the top of his birthday list.
Ooh.
Nick from Jersey. Today I learned that Opie likes to spend some time with his doctor in a good old Javalog. Jermaine from Upstate. Today I learned that there's no crying in blowjobs. Vanilla Thunder. I learned that squatting over a bed with your asshole in a girl's face is a critical step in rape counseling. Yeah, that guy was such a creep.
What a creepola.
Way to take it slow, you know?
Yeah. What a jerk. You gotta respect that.
Brad from Ohio. Today I learned that if your wife is a virgin on the wedding night, you should ask to smell her breath, then jump on her and stick it in because she's your property. All right.
What a dope. Out of phase. No music, just Patty and the cocksucker. There was no music.
It was very low in the background.
Yeah, look, but it wasn't a musical bit.
Yeah.
Probably part of the film. You can't.
They thought chemistry was doing some kind of music mix
some
thing?
kind of music thing. You tool. That's Fast Freddy from Jamaica Station, who I think is tops on the instant feedback of coming up with some of the most asinine comments ever. Are you technically retarded, Fast Freddy? Because everything I read from you is ridiculous and stupid. You are stupid. Think for 2 seconds before you hit enter.
Dug out.
What's up?
What up?
Even with the right background sound effects, even Stalker Patty can give me a rod.
Oof. You got a rod from that?
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
You like the wetness, maybe.
All right.
That was that sloppy sound was
Sean from Jersey.
Hey, I learned today that the callers can barely hear you. Punching out.
All right, thank you.
That's funny.
Yeah, let's go to Carl. Hey, Carl.
Hey, guys, what's going on?
Hey, Carl.
I learned that little Jimmy Norton thinks you have to be a 16-year-old girl to get the initials for best friend forever correctly. Punch it out.
All right.
Not much being learned today, I guess.
Not a lot.
No, no one's really up. A lot of people are going to be listening to today's show on the replay.
We were all wondering why it was hard to get a cab this morning and everything, and Ben said, well, it's because a lot of people were out partying last night. Because it's a holiday today. That's why he said he was out in the middle of 6th Avenue watching people just wave their arms back and forth to get a cab. And usually at that hour, piece of cake to get a cab. So
I got my cab, no problem.
I think a lot of people took the day off and are still in bed.
Dr. Gonzo learned today that Jimmy doesn't only like Monster Rain, but Monster Breath, too. Someone from their mobile device learned that sex should sound sloppy, Anthony. Anthony learned from West Orange. I learned Steve C was 6 inches from Norton's ass. Prozac, I learned the new third base is oral treats. The home run is a dump on the chest. Tom from Whack Bag. Put teen in front of anything, it makes it more gooder. Yes, that's an old lesson, right, Ant?
Today I learned you fools actually think you can get enough twats to play Money Snatch 2005. You think if we come up with a bunch of money, we can't get enough girls to play Money Snatch?
We just need 5 desperate girls.
Let me see who's the
with low self-esteem.
Who's the asshead that sent that one in? Oh, it's Fast Freddy from Jamaica Station. 2 jack-off posts in a row. You know how close you are from me clicking on the ban you button?
Why doesn't he think we could get girls for this?
Because he's an asshead.
You put up enough cash, I'll have my mother and sister in here with fistfuls of cash.
Of course. If we put up the cash, there'll be girls in here totally nude shoving cash in there.
Absolutely.
Now we're going to make it happen.
Believe me.
Todd, what did you learn on the program?
I learned that Fast Freddy has an Eric Logan haircut today. Punch it out.
But the other thing
that we learned.
Program complete.